the Pinnacle Cup number 3. We are in our first round of the main Swiss, and now we're going to have 00NATION coming all the way from Brazil, going up against North Macedonian Titans in Blue Jays.
This is going to be a hell of a match. Blue Jays currently on a 4-series win streak, boasting victories against the likes of For Glory twice, Zero Tenacity, and Pro Wince. Now, let's be honest, these teams aren't quite notable comparative to the losses they sustained beforehand, losing to Sprout and Ents, two, well, solid Tier 1 teams. And what's interesting for me, at least, is in those games against Tier 1 teams, they held their own, 16-9, and then in the 0-2, there was another 16-9 against Ents, showing that these guys can do well against Tier 1 teams. I'm really interested now to see if they can keep up that momentum. 00NATION, same story. They have been able to beat some teams like Isurus, like Gravity Zero, teams which you would expect them to beat, and in the losses they sustained to, say, Tricks, they were able to get a fair few rounds. This is going to be an interesting one, Harry.
Yeah, overall, on having a look at the roster of 00NATION, the person I always want to have a look at is Try. What a fantastic AWPer they have been. Absolutely lights out and continually impressive. coldzera, one of the better known players across all of CS when it comes to South America. So many tournaments and majors under their belt. Let's move over, though, to Blue Jays, because Crema, we were kind of the first casting pair that got to see the protogenesis of the Necrogenesis play, because we saw Necrogenesis fill in for a player that lost their internet connection on Vertigo about 3 months ago.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When you think CS Powerhouse, not many people think North Macedonia. Let's be honest. But from a region that has historically not had that much support, these guys have been dominating. Now, when Blue Jays, before they were even Blue Jays, and this was just an unsigned team, they played in kind of open qualifiers and kind of smaller tournaments. And when they finally got their break in an open qualifier and they stomped everyone, understandably so, because these guys are just good, everyone accused Danny of cheating. And do you know how Danny reacted to that? And this is, like, for me, one of my best exchanges I've ever seen in CS. Do you know how he responded, Harry?
What did Danny say?
He used it as a chance to advertise his Instagram. Replying to every single, like, hate thread with his Instagram for people to go follow. And now, for me, that, I mean, it's obviously not cheating. You know, the amount of attitudes we play on is insane. So, he's just good, and there are people out there who are bad losers. And what that means for me is this Daddy guy is awesome.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to be looking to see how Necrogenesis fits into this roster. I'm not sure how long he's been with them, but when he filled in before Crema, we were particularly impressed with Necrogenesis, more of a legendary player from Macedonia. Casanito is always someone who needs to be considered when it comes to those entries as well. Will Necrogenesis or Danny be their AWPer? Danny's the AWPer, right?
It would probably be Danny. Something to highlight as well, actually, is Necrogenesis isn't on the roster. He is standing in for Styles. Hopefully, this isn't a Blue Jays roster without any practice. I mean, with these guys, the Blue Jays lineup and Necrogenesis, they are the North Macedonian pro team. So Necrogenesis is bound to have played with them at some point.
Necrogenesis, we've seen them fill in for Blue Jays before as well. Like, they are just the go-to fill for Blue Jays as one of the premier North Macedonian pros who isn't on the roster. We've got our first two maps here, Mirage and Overpass, Crema.
Overpass is going to be a tough map for 00NATION. They really have struggled with it recently, having played it 6 times, only won it twice. With Mirage being a little bit closer, 00NATION boasting a kind of circa 60% win rate. Over on Dust, exact same win rate. For me, the Blue Jays Mirage is going to dictate how well they play on Overpass. Luckily for them, Mirage, Overpass, and Dust 2 are the maps to puck. Like, if you play with a mix, with my experience speaking to Tier 1 coaches, if you're playing with a mix, the 3 maps you want to play, this is when you see mixes in qualifiers that really want to do quite well. The 3 maps they play, Mirage, Overpass, and Dust 2, because they can be played without too much strategy. For Blue Jays, you're playing with a stand-in, and we already know their aim is good.
I mean, I already know the full strategy of 00NATION on Overpass because we've cast it before, and it is 3 words. Try, go, kill. Try on the AWP absolutely domineers Overpass, and that is the major hurdle that will need to be surmounted by the Macedonian side if they want to take this to a third map, because they probably have a good chance of winning on Barrage, but it's definitely not guaranteed, despite the discrepancy in the world rankings here for these teams. The world rankings don't really reflect too well how much of a powerhouse 00Nation is. In fact, the odds from our partners over at Pinnacle are fairly even and fairly close, because they know that the power of 00Nation's roster is not to be trifled with.
You're absolutely right. You said try, go, kill, and what happens, we'll paint a picture for everyone else, is Try, his pupils dilate, he sort of laser-like focuses, hones in, he whispers yes, and then he goes kills. For reference though, Aid Kit is the AWPer, I believe, and it's Danny who plays as the support player.
Okay, cool. It's been so long since we've got to cast. Like the last time we cast him was the last time I actually brought Necrogenesis in. But
that's true.
I've always been a fan of Blue Jays. I kept fretting for them over in that tournament we did with another unnamed supplier of tier 2 tournaments, and Blue Jays did let me down a lot, so I was very upset at them. They made my prediction score very, very bad.
Granted, your prediction score was bad regardless of their inputs.
That's true. That's what happens when you get someone who only does play-by-play in CS and knows nothing else to try and predict things.
That's true. You just shout at colours and pretty aim.
I see shots get take.
Yeah, exactly. Try going aggressive on ramp though to start this pistol round.
Try flashed on in. Aid Kit's on the other side. A P250 could be recovered right there, but for the moment it shall sit upon the floor. Try moves over towards Kixon. He's bloody precise, but he's bloodied as well at the hands of Danny, who shall be trying to get that bomb plant. Malbs has to be careful here. Where is the overpass? Danny! What?
Ooh.
How does Danny win that with the Glock, the turn, and the shot? Malbs made a bit of a mess of it. And now Cold Zero has to wait for the reinforcement of Leo, who's been seen by Casanito, destroyed by Casanito. Cold Zero versus the world. A smoke, a USP, and a full set of body armor. Up against the world, and Blue Jays simply make it work, even with Try getting those 2 opening frags.
That they do. Blue Jays looking dominant now, and I'm so impressed with Danny there. Turning, I think, about 90 degrees, and then destroying Malbs, who Malbs is in a position that you don't expect anyone to be default. The fact he's able to catch Malbs out there is insane. And for Blue Jays, that's a solid way to start. 00Nation, they move to their full bite, Scouts and Deagles to try and shut down the momentum of the North Macedonian side.
Necrogenesis wants the cash, wants the rewards, but we'll have to get past Try to do it. Going into their signature scoped weapons for Scout to begin with, of course. Everyone else over onto the Deegs, or a P2000, I believe, in the hands of VSM. And it doesn't get very far. A headshot from a MAC-10 instantly slays him, and the Galil is just as deadly. Mob signs it out the hard way, and Try can barely even take a single shot. Necrogenesis, sure, they've suffered 71 points of damage, but it's a flawless anti-eco from the Blue Jays, who are starting off very strong here. And if there's one thing we know about South American teams, Kramer, it's that they kind of need some momentum and some bravado to start hitting the shots.
You look over to our partners at Pinnacle, these are some fairly close odds, about 2 to 1.7, and for 00Nation actually being the favourites for this series. Those are series odds, not map odds. And so, for me, I'm inclined to agree with them. I think that Overpass is so categorically 00Nation's favourites, it sort of makes sense. With Blue Jays stacking up outside of B, Malb's the only man to try and stop him, and unfortunately, with a USP, no armour, and, well, nothing else to work with, these MAC-10s are going to be damn scary.
Already thoroughly slapped as Necrogenesis, who manages to grab that one. I think this round, Kramer, might well be a foregone conclusion, so what a great time to say thank you to our wonderful partners over at MSI, providing you with the top-tier peripherals, monitors, and hardware components that you need. And, of course, over at AstroPay, making sure that you can pay safely, securely, and privately for all of your online shopping needs.
00Nation. In connector. I mean, with a stack of 3 players, catching out a rifle, being able to save it here would be a best case scenario, and Sasanito is fairly alone at top mid here.
Oh, no.
He's got the info.
Casanito taken down by Leo. In fact, Cold Zero with a P2000 slays Necrogenesis, but they don't mind too much. It was only a MAC-10 in hand. is picked up by Kixon and will be carried forward as Blue Jays grab their third here. And finally, Try can get the big boy AWP out to play.
00Nation now with that AWP on Try. Now, we just finished casting Copenhagen Flames, where Nika does sort of, once he gets the AWP, there's a huge power spike for them. 00Nation sort of have that same methodology, where once Try has an AWP, suddenly you can relax a little bit, because you can trust Try will kill someone. Peeking from stairs, looking to challenge around them, with Blue Jays going for an execution here. Try is right in the kill zone.
Kixon's in the kill zone first, though. The second try. This is exactly what they needed. They could not afford with the bravado that South American teams require to not be getting the value off of this AWP, but Try is getting all of that and a touch more as well. Mobs will fall, but while Try still lives, 00Nation are far from zeros in their own right. A reposition. And Cold Zero strikes out alone. Gets the information as to the location of the next two players. A flash sent out to turn away. Try misses on the flick, but Leo!
Oh my god!
The spray control is unbelievable. What scenes we have before us.
That was nasty. Leo, an instant flick. There wasn't a bullet there that went between the two players. That was done with one straight up to the second. Look at it here on the replay. I mean, Try instant openings here, and this man is just so quick, Harry. It's just so quick.
Oh. Just reads them like a book, baby. Still, there was more than enough cash for Blue Jays to be able to reinvest here into a full round of AKs for the boys. And this is where 00Nation. They have had a couple of issues, down to a pair of FAMSs and an UMP. The UMP is on deck, and Leo might be seen here by Aid Kit. Indeed, they will. And if they're boosted, you know that someone else is there as well. Hence the spray, the damage done to Mobs. But dare they double down and risk the only M4 that Donation, sorry, 00Nation, have to their name. Oh, that is a really cruel name to read at speed.
They're just trying to challenge you.
Donation, baby.
Yeah. Now you've said it, I can't unsee it. Try on the close angle. See if you can catch out Aid Kit here. Oh, he's so quick, man. He's so good.
He is lightning fast and to the head as well. Isn't necessary, but hey. It matters. For the spirit. Kixon begins the crunch through the smoke. Mobs taken down. Try continues to battle. The AWP brings so much value, and Cold Zero's here for the peel. Try going to be challenged. May well wait for this smoke to clear from the marketplace. They're going to be joined by VSM with the UMP. Now, I want you to try this retake again, but with more UMP.
Actually, having the UMP be the first point of contact, more just probably for info for the AWPer. Did they see Try, though? Assassinito looking for a timing here.
And Danny did not reveal themselves. They might have been seen on the entry, maybe? But taking this AWP away from Try is incredibly important. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Hey, I'll even take it for myself. Thank you very much. That's going to be heading over to Aid Kit. And Blue Jays, they recommandeer control.
Just like that, Blue Jays. Look at the odds from Pinnacle, actually. They instantly flick straight back in favor of Blue Jays. And once again, these are series odds. These aren't map odds. And with 00Nation calling a timeout, I quite like the usage of timeouts that early on, purely because it gives you a chance to build a bit of extra momentum. It also gives you a chance to stop the momentum from being established for Blue Jays. Now, 00Nation are on an eco, regardless of how you sort of string this round. But with Cold Zero on about 3.9k, Try should have an AWP next round if dropped by Cold Zero. Of course, Cold Zero kind of the what was originally the poster boy of this team, using his experience to it, and as is VSM, using their experience to sort of nurture the three following players. And what's happened is now Try has sort of, it's like what's the name? Cold Zero's like Master Splinter. Now he's taught all the turtles.
Yeah, and we've got like Donatello here.
Yeah, exactly.
Kixon moves in with the MAC-10. Unbelievable, overwhelming of 00NATION. Sure, it was only ecoed players, but you got to enjoy a good rush. Speaking of which, you got to enjoy some good accuracy as well. Try still a one-shot king, even with only the Deeg in hand. Who's going to challenge up next? The trajectory of that nade. Oh, Try thought it was a flash and so turns away. Took so much damage from an almost direct 8G. Maybe some sidearm upgrades for a couple members of Blue Jays, but that one was the freebie. Blue Jays go 5-1. Interesting note, Kramer. Neither of these teams has any real statistical preference for either side.
Harry, I do have a question. I need to confer it with you. We are in agreement that Donatello was the best turtle.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad we're at the same mindset. Blue Jays, they get ready for an execution over to A. Once again, Try wielding that AWP. But I mean, sometimes when an AWP's in play, it's just a matter of swarming him. In this case, once Try has that AWP, it's a matter of avoiding him till it's a 2v2, and you can swarm him. Kixon, lovely opening as Malbs falls. Leveling the playing field, at least momentarily, with Try. What do you know? Try's the one killing and trading.
Oh, VSM lies in wait for Casanito. And 00NATION, I don't think they have beaten a European team since early February. And that was in the early Swiss stages, I believe, of Pinnacle Winter Series 2, maybe?
That sounds right, because...
And then they got 0-3 to the main Swiss.
But bear in mind for 00NATION, the only time they can play in these tournaments is when they're boot camping in Europe.
True.
So, the fact that they're even playing this tournament is impressive. They swing,
no
Try
hyper
finishes
thing.
the job. Try... He's just built different, Harry. He's just built different. And VSM, I mean, it was some clean shots from under balcony there. But that was kind of forced the hand of Blue Jays to exit out to A once Try was able to completely remove that mid-presence from Blue Jays.
Where were they before 0? Oh, they were on 9Z, because we cast them in a Blast Rising LATAM, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Try was kind of plucked from 9Z by Cold Zero, like, don't worry, kid. I can get you some success. We'll go boot camp in Europe. Not sure why he has an American accent.
For now, Blue Jays have to be so careful here. Wary of Try's presence. And unfortunately for them, it's Cold Zero being the AWP wielder on B. And I mean, that's not exactly a better prospect. But anything is better than having to fight Try.
True. Identify where Try is, and go where Try ain't. That's the easiest way for Blue Jays to win this, not that they're having too many issues thus far. Aidkit doesn't actually take the shot down mid there. And Aidkit is also responsible for the bomb. Oh, VSM beats out Kixon there. Both players having some laboured sprays. Danny brings Try low. But they're still alive. They're still a danger. And have the Feetsies been seen by Necrogenesis? In fact, we're trying to get in close here. Onto Try. But first, I'll take out the covering fire. Try so fast when it comes to the refrag. The aid kit has started to close the distance. Goes to a plant over on A site. But it is going to be 1 versus 4. Cold Zero takes them out from across the way. An unbelievable shot. Almost through the smoke, maybe. Although it did just de-bloom in time. And Danny now has to try and play this alone. We got one coming in on the flank. That's Leo making some noise as they do so. Tempting, teasing, looking, and Try. Speed and power, baby. Speed and power.
Something we do struggle with Blue Jays, Harry, is the name pronunciation. Now, we've been told it's Sassanito. I think it's Sassanito.
We've been told it's Sassanito based off like the sound of assassin. Because they said, well, do not say Kakanito, because Kaka is poo.
Thanks, Harry. Also, we were told kind of directly by, I think, people who work in Blue Jays that it's Sassanito. We could be wrong, though.
Could the people at Blue Jays be wrong?
Maybe they're wrong as well. As VSM goes close ramp. Again, VSM really likes these close ramp positionings, and my worry is if you play it so many times, at what point do Blue Jays get wary for it? Particularly when they have this close angle, and with pistols, they're looking to rush VSM. They'll do just that.
That's an upgraded rifle now. Try may well be worried about being overwhelmed. Necrogenesis, how does he die there? Try simply smells Macedonians. Oh, yes.
I won't lie, Harry. I don't like how that round was played by VSM. Like, all Blue Jays needed was a bomb plant here, and they've got a bomb plant. And
Assassinito might confirm
3
this.
kills.
Ah, gets caught reloading though. Mavs with the double. Tell you what, Kremer, because you read the chat so much, you are possibly the most trollable caster in history.
The chat would never troll me.
Twitch chat wouldn't lie.
Yeah, they can't do that, right?
That's illegal.
Yeah. Again, I don't like VSM playing that close at angle, particularly when you know you're against pistols. You know they're going to rush you, and they just get punished for it. For now, a 1-round lead for Blue Jays here. Rifles to wield, a full buy, and a chance for Aid Kit to kind of dual try here. 00NATION though abandoning the double op setup that was once attempted on B.
00NATION, though, they are fairly happy with their performance in the rifle rounds versus rifle rounds. You've got to remember, 2 of Blue Jays' rounds have been off the back of the pistol and anti-eco. Aid Kit doing their best try impression, and Cold Zero is left out in the cold.
Kickson. Wonderful opening now. 2-man advantage for Blue Jays. Can they hold it? Oh my god, yes they can, Harry. Leo only doing mere spouts of damage as the rest of 00NATION now just sit back for a moment.
God, he just comes from nowhere. He's a predator drone.
He's truly one of the scariest players to play against.
You've heard of Bayraktar, but now you have Bayrak Try. The killer drone.
Yeah, what do you do when Try's on the server? Do you just avoid him?
Counter rotate.
Like, yeah, Try's on A, right, let's go B. He's on B, okay, let's go. And then in a retake, when you're sort of forced to fight him, you just, I guess, avoid it till the last moment. Like,
I want you to buy 8 flashes. Every single one of them is for him.
Yeah, these flashes aren't for enemies. Like,
these are for Try. These are an offering to the great Orb God of Argentina.
Hopefully, by some miracle, we can break the 00NATION economy, and we don't have to worry about the Orb for at least 2 rounds. But over now for another difficult position with 00NATION. They can just about buy. Try will have to drop. Leo can do the same, and that gives VSM and Cold Zero at least something to work with.
6-4, Blue Jays. Try forced to save, but that means the danger remains prevalent, Kremer. And after that 3-round streak, Blue Jays really want to start stringing together some more rounds. Look at, oh my god, Try is like deadlifting his team.
He is doing so well at the moment.
He's 14 and 7.
He's just built different.
The next highest killer's like 5.
I mean, it's just Try, isn't it? But any other player would be going, they're having a huge game, but that's just Try.
Ref, disqualify him, he's trying.
That's not allowed.
I was told this would be casual.
Necrogenesis looking to catch out some of the players who may get a bit greedy in apps. But for the most part, 00NATION, actually fairly passive CT hold for the time being.
I mean, as much as we've been fanboying over Try, the reality is that Blue Jays, as far as teamwork goes, have been more consistent, right? Like,
yeah,
each of their members has been pulling a little bit more weight when it comes to the frags.
Yeah.
They've been able to outplay most members of 00NATION. Leo looking to make that an untrue statement as Mobs drops down into window. Necrogenesis is spotted. Cold Zero's nowhere to be seen because that's Casanito. Assassinito, rather. Who takes the swing. I saw a C and I got excited.
Blue Jays 40 seconds to play with. Having deployed that smoke in mid, they've betrayed their intentions quite significantly to be a list over to B.
Not again.
And that's where Try is. That's where Try is, Harry.
You didn't see Try over on A. You should have stayed there.
Oh no, now Try's just going to kill everyone, Harry.
Alright, here we go again. Got to win the fight against Try. Smoked off for now. Aid Kit throws out the Molotov. That's going to get Try moving. That makes things a little bit easier. Sassanito noted. It's a big distraction. Aid Kit wins the AWP duel. Very well played here by Blue Jays, but can they get the plant off in front of Leo? Time is going to make fools of everyone as Leo taken down. The cover from Aid Kit is so good in VSM now in a 1 versus 2. Blue Jays here, they could get themselves an even greater lead, but Aid Kit is not well prepared for this battle. Maybe they can try and make themselves some space. Play for the bomb instead. A great adjustment from VSM. And that's going to be 00Nation getting ever closer to evening up these rounds.
Harry, they finally kill Try, and their reward is being 1v2'd by VSM. Our partners at Pinnacle actually still favour Blue Jays here, which is quite surprising. If you disagree, or if you agree, you can head over to pinnacle.com/welcome, where you can sign up with code CUP22, just to let them know that we're the ones who sent you. And, well, if you like Pinnacle doing tournaments, then the more people who sign up, the more incentive they have to keep doing them. It's very simple economics.
And let Kramer eat pot noodles.
And it will allow us to afford to eat pot noodles.
if not for Pinnacle, do it for Kramer. This man needs calories.
I think there are many things I need, Harry. Calories isn't one of them.
Oh, wow. That's what I get for trying to be nice. It's okay. Your self-loathing is fine. I'm not responsible for that one, mostly.
God, Zero. Gonna be given the audio cue as he jumps across over to jungle. And for Blue Jays, that may incentivize a swing up to window. Necro, honestly, that's the kill he should be getting there. He got about 3 or 4 shots off before Mabs was able to react. The crosshair placement was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Mabs just got like a weird sidestep. I was like, okay, I'm gonna Neo up and dodge this one, boys. Don't mind me. Sassanito clean on the entry. VSM, though, continuing to perform until Sassanito grabs their second. The Overlord of A-Site. Playing this at range is going to be difficult. Up against Aid Kit. Sassanito. What a round they're having. Could be on Fiax, but now has to deal with the Braid Boss. Try. Might slow creep this forward. Sassanito lies in wait. Try still wins these.
Just so good, man.
Unbelievable. And now Aid Kit on the pedestal of a box has to do this by themselves. Only half of the time has ran. Exposed and potentially broken. Both the AWPers miss, yes, but Leo is the second man. And 00Nation keep this tight.
A really solid round from 00Nation there. And what I really like is they realized that with 2 players on different angles, the AWPer's just going to pick one of them and hold it. So Try, he peeks, very quickly takes the shot before really aiming it, backs off, and then uses his presence to just distract and allows Leo to push out, get that kill, and secure that round. A really nice way to play a retake, particularly when you don't have 2 players who are in a position where they can stack up. Blue Jays, it's their turn to call for a timeout now. And I mean, looking at their money, they can go pistols and armor maybe. A force buy's on the table, but it would mean Galil's, as you see on Aid Kit, and fairly limited utility.
Galil and the armor. Still a viable buy. It could be a dangeroso individual. Grammar. However, I think we're seeing the butterfly effects of that well-timed early timeout from 00Nation, and that's the kind of value that veterans like Cold Zero bring to the team, realizing that, hey, we can turn this around early, we don't have to let this spiral.
Yeah, and I think what it means as well as having veterans like Cold Zero is you see teams be a lot more a lot quicker to call for a timeout after a round doesn't go their way. A lot of particularly newer teams, what they do is they scramble to just get the next round underway so they can try and come back. Instead, in this case, 00Nation, they call for the timeout, they allow it to wait, and then they use that momentum, that quiet, to allow Blue Jays to maybe doubt themselves.
Let the doubt sink in VSM, potentially going aggressive here. That was a full blind, I believe, onto Necrogenesis, and 2 kills from 00Nation come in quick succession. Still, VSM is lost. coldzera is presented with a coconut, the juiciest one in the shy, and knocks it right off. And now Sassanito is alone against the world, and the world comes at you from all sides, Kramer. It's cruel like that.
Try, man. He's going 17 and 8. He's just so good. No one else has hit double digits. He's close to hitting 20 kills in the first, in the first half, man. I honestly, we knew Try was good. We preached and we hearkened about how good Try is. But usually when we do that, they go on to have a really bad game. Not Try. He's just gone and played better.
Oh, Try taking up by an 8 stack.
I like that. You just pick a player, you zone him with it.
Zoned permanently in this case. That's a great way to mess with someone's head. Make them doubt their positions. Mulbs shuffles out the weapons. But still will lose her life. The pistols here. Surely Blue Jays won't turn this around on the eco of all things. Danny loses the AWP. coldzera. No. Yep. That's a yikey.
That was uncomfortable.
That made my intestines just like crawl up into my lungs.
Yeah, that sounded like it caused you genuine pain there.
I had some real discomfort.
Blue Jays.
I'm
They're
invoicing a kit for therapy, dude.
They're moving straight into Leo, and he's going to be able to get the bomb solo here if he gets to pre-clear him. He does. It's not enough, though.
coldzera finishes it, and 00Nation. Wow, Kramer, they've turned this scoreline around as we enter the final round of our half. This could be a nice half, a 6-9.
So the highlight as well is both these teams don't really have a preference. They win more rounds than CT side, sure to be expected, but in terms of distribution of rounds won, it's about even for both teams. And for me, that makes me think that even though 00Nation go into the next half with a lead, and a categoric lead, I'm interested to see if Blue Jays will come back second they get the pistol round, if they get the pistol round. Because when we're looking at further stats, Blue Jays do have just a better pistol round in general, but it's 00Nation who, as you've seen, have been winning the AWP duel.
And that's going to be very important. Over on Overpass, we talked about it in our pre-spiel, Kramer. But try, go, kill is the usual methodology on Overpass. It feels like the rest of 00Nation have really woken up now after Try bought them some success in early rounds and then has been allowed to sit back and have VSM start to pick up some of the slack. coldzera guarding the window, but will cede it away and go to a more protected position.
Blue Jays now fairly disconnected from one another, actually, with Akiston and T-Spawn, Danny being timinged in Palace here. VSM, this kill will mean everything.
Look at that smile. That's the smile of a killer. And Danny realizes they're guilty of that. Try. How quick can you get? Easy spot and a finish. One to the arm. A wallbang as well. Sure, they suffer a touch of damage in return. But hey, I'm my own finisher, baby. Only closers get coffee. And Try certainly is closing the door on this round and this half. Hungry for more, Danny. All by themselves. And then uncharacteristic miss from Try. The bomb is planted. But what value will it gain when coldzera is on the other side, waiting to put this round on ice?
Alright, rumour has it there was a Lost Ancient interview between Try and a news outlet, and they asked him, what do you feel when you kill people? And Try just smiled and said, recoil. That's how good he is, man. He's a stone-cold killer.
I'd like to think that Try used the recoil of hitting that body shot through the wall to slap the AWP back onto his back and allow him to draw out the pistol even more quickly.
He probably did.
Stone cold, baby.
If there's a way to do it, he's done it. He's going 19 and 9, man. This is ridiculous. Like, if he keeps this momentum up all series, then Ace Kit particularly has suddenly found himself under a lot of pressure. 00Nation, they're going to try and bust a B. Try!
Put him in
so
jail!
Good.
Put him in jail! You're a
He's
criminal.
so good.
You're going to hell.
Oh
you
my
are going to
God.
hell. There's no way for me to say it elsewise. Aid Kit shuts it down, thank God for that. And that's a good frag for Aid Kit to have. Now it's Kixon with the dual Beretti Defensi.
I hate it. I hate Dual Beretta so much. I really do.
I know something you love though, Grammar.
What's that?
MSI.
I do love MSI.
Excellent partners in hardware, peripherals, and monitors as well. If you want 360 Hz, buying from MSI will make Crema love you.
Not as much as I love
Berettas
MSI. They'll
will
definitely
make
be love
Crema
there.
hate you.
That's true.
And speaking of which,
Why-
Berettas now stand alone. One
Why add
man,
them?
2 guns, 4 enemies.
Why buy them? Just why buy Dual Berettas? Dual Berettas. I just don't understand.
You gotta get
You've
that
got-
AD aim, baby.
But that doesn't matter because you could do that with a P2. Try literally did that with a P250, and if Try does it, then everyone else should be doing it. Granted, Try is just like nasty good. So honestly, no matter what happens here, like let Try do his thing. Going straight to the AK rather than what would be a Mac 10 before the Yorp against the Blue Jays full eco here. And Blue Jays, I like the plan. The kind of CT side setup is you're on a full eco, roll the dice. You know, either they head B or they head B or they head A, and you're gonna have 5 players on one of those sites. Considering how that pistol round was more of a default from 00Nation, there wasn't really any inclination as to what bomb site they're preferring here.
What do you think about the lack of Mac 10s here?
It's risky, sure, but bear in mind, I think they sort of figured they'll be against an eco. At least in this sense, you don't have to worry about reinvestments, and you're able to boast quite at least on paper, it would be quite a one-sided eco, so you start getting money in the bank sooner. Personally, I'd rather see Mac 10s, though.
Maybe part of it is that 00Nation know this isn't their map pick, and they just want to get as many rounds under their arm as possible. Because they know that they have a supreme advantage over on Overpass. If 00Nation can get enough rounds to make this at least overtimeable or easily winnable, then there's a chance that 00Nation close this out 2-0. And now, with the undefended site being planted on, there's a world where Blue Jays have to save 5 USPs.
It would make sense. Like, it would make sense if they do. It gives them just something to wield, sure. But for 00Nation, getting that extra kill cash wouldn't go amiss, so to say. Who's actually boosting 8 up in CT here may provide an angle which Leo may not
That is a very
anticipate.
cheeky angle. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen this in all of the CS games we've cast.
It's not too uncommon, and unfortunately it won't be able to garner anything because 00Nation, disciplined as ever, don't peek. But here's the thing: they didn't have any Mac 10s. They didn't have to peek. All they had to do was win the rounds. They did just that.
It's one of the most odd swinging games we've seen in a long time, Crummer, from our partners over at Pinnacle. Sign up using code CUP22 to let them know that we sent you if you fancy getting in on the action. But remember, only bet what you can afford in a fun and safe environment, and only if you are over 18. Otherwise, I'm going to come over and steal your shoes.
That's true. Harry will steal his shoes.
I'm coming for him.
That's not a threat. That's a promise. That's 00Nation. Set up for an execution to be now. 8 kit. AWP in hand. The only AWP on the map thus far. It's going to be in position to try and stop them. They've already been able to cross to the left side before they were seen. 8 kit's called out.
Oh.
I know a certain Try who would love that.
Yeah, this is very bad news if Try can get his hands on that AWP. For now, though. Playing it more slowly. Danny makes their way in. That's the first one taken, but moving up high. Try still alive. The bomb yet to be planted. Van Lurk in mid activates VSM with the Galil. Strikes true and Try not just an AWPer. He's actually carrying the bomb away. Over to A. Cold Zero here still wins this. You gonna grab the AWP?
Oh, he doesn't?
No. Weird champ.
Are we in a world where 00Nation just don't AWP T-side? We've seen teams recently
Maybe.
actually do this.
Yeah, it does seem to be kind of the strat du jour that the T-side AWP is falling out of favor. I mean, it certainly means that you have less... you have less forced eco rounds. Because you don't have to sustain the magnificent cost of the AWP incurs. Is that a Zeus down there in tunnels?
Very well could be Harry.
Leo's in danger.
That is if Leo peeks into way to get here. I do like how our designers absolutely didn't expect anyone to buy Zeus's, so it's just not an option on the HUD. It just looks like it has his knife out. So that's an Eto.
A knife of thunder.
That's top connector. Where is 00Nation's presence? They made a lot of noise in mid, but with no one actually peeking it, they're not going to be able to affirm as to how many players. They know at least 2 because there's 2 smokes. But where are the remaining 3? And I'll tell you exactly where, Harry. They're getting ready to burst onto Danny.
Aid kit might well be dropped upon here. Tries gonna have a bit of a brawl, Danny. Oh, hello. Somehow wins that one out. 2 equally bad sprays. Aid kit. Do they swap? Over. Oh, they've been spotted by Tripe.
He's just built different.
Can you loot the Zeus?
Yes, you can.
Can you grab it as a T? Easy. A pair of Deegs. Mobs. So close to Necrogenesis. And we'll be able to hit the headshot as well. Kixon now alone. Trying to deny 00Nation the 13th maybe, or just trying to preserve their own life in this case.
Ooh.
Oh, the Zeus is good to go, but the Deagle's even better, baby! Kicks him in the head. But Try puts an end to this nonsense. 3 players survive as 13 points are hit.
He's got 25 kills in 19 rounds. And now he doesn't have a primary. Does Try go for the AWP? Yes, he does. Oh, Harry. What does 00Nation do, man? They don't really have to do much, do they? They just rinse, repeat, let Try kill, while Blue Jays are sort of left in a puddle of their tears. Fairly heavy presence in mid from Blue Jays. Already deployed the molly to try and at least fake a bit of presence. It allows Aid Kit to get a bit aggressive on the other side of window. But 00Nation, why fix what isn't broken? They turn their attention to B, where once again, Danny is going to be the man to be tested.
And look at the money on Blue Jays. This could be a very yikes scenario. And Danny is prepared to hand out yikes by the dozen. There's the first 1 yike delivered. And that's all that will be available. Aid Kit doesn't need no scope. Let me show you how I do it over in Macedonia. Try. Necrogenesis slain. And Try's like, yeah. Anything you can do, I can do better.
26 to 10, Harry. The All-Star partners at Pinnacle, they sway 4-1 in favor of 00Nation. Remember, this is Blue Jays' map pick. The North Macedonians, they want to be here. This was their decision to come here. And 00Nation, I mean, that happily obliged them. Pistols once again now from Blue Jays, and something that 00Nation are going to enjoy doing is hunting these players who have gone for, once again, a fairly heavy connector stack. And Blue Jays, it appears that when they are on pistols, A's the site they usually sort of heavily defend. Luckily for them, this time, it looks like default A smokes from the South American team.
I mean, 00Nation, knowing what they're up against, they were happy to let most of those smokes begin to fade early. And here comes their own for the execution. Kixon dives back into that covering shroud. And VSM begins to clear. Still bloodless thus far. 00Nation have to be so careful about what they're trying to clear. I accidentally punched my microphone in excitement. And still, that punch to my microphone did a little bit more damage than Blue Jays had sustained prior to that hit from Try.
Leo?
Wait, Leo? Ha? What?
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Long live the king.
Godzilla. He finishes the job. Okay, all right. Picture the scene, Harry. All right, you and me were playing. Try is having an insane game. We need to find a way to pad our stats somehow. Try's still alive and he's killing everyone. What do? You kill Try, you kill everyone else, you get your stats. You even get a success in a 1 versus 1 if you killed Zero there, from being able to convert it against a player who's already tagged with just a deagle. So actually, killing Try there was a tactical decision, which worked out for them.
Tactical mastery of Leo.
Absolutely is.
You don't get dark in your name without doing some serious sins.
Yes.
Betrayal.
That's true. Oh, I wonder what sins you'd have to commit to get dark, like, associated next to your name. I mean, it may not even be dark, it's just DRK.
That's true.
Maybe worse sins. They didn't even give you the A.
Democratic Republic of Korea.
As Leo goes for a bit of early apps control, he'll be alone as he does so. For the most part, Blue Jays have gonna have to be defending mid here. Flash goes out, Try caught out. Heavy hitter removed from the rounds, but Assassinito from the flank is finished off by Cold Zero, thrusting us back into the 4-on-4.
Oh, Aidkit takes some damage here as well. Sure, they have been one of the best performers for Blue Jays thus far. And one of the only players that has an even close to even KD. 15 to 16. Cold Zero is yet to pick up that AWP because Cold Zero considers it not mattering. If they can win this round, they win the map. But Aidkit says, oh no. Through the smoke and through the skull. 2 versus 3 now. And the bomb can be picked up, brought over to B, where who stands readily? But Danny. The man with the golden Instagram. And the man with the big M4.
It's a really well-timed smoke as well. 20 seconds left now. 00Nation, they've got to either just flash their way through this, or they sell the fake to mid here. But that could be reds. That's a very... Oh, the smoke fails as well. That's such a common smoke to throw from outside of B. Danny hears all of this. 4 seconds left. That's the round. The VSM. Damage is all he can hope for.
And Aidkit gets to keep that AWP in hand as well. Sure, it can be reinvested into by 00Nation. But a lifeline here for Blue Jays. Their first round on the CT side.
For
8
reference,
more are needed for overtime.
This is a fun thing for anyone who is trying to identify if it is a fake to be. If a connector smoke is thrown, and there are some fairly... If there's a bit of time between each bounce when it lands, so it goes bounce, bounce, it has to have been thrown from B. If it's from top mid, it bounces much quicker than that. If it's from under, same story.
Oh, Aidkit. Spicy boy! And kicks and joins as Mobs takes so much damage from that nade. Blue Jays, hello, what happened to you? Welcome back to CS.
3-on-5 now, Blue Jays. Currently in fairly passive positions, not wanting to give up this two-man advantage. It's Leo spots out the fire on the jump spot. Reveals that 00Nation have turned their attention once again to B. Question is, where's the second B defender?
Oh, kicks and 7 himself around, and Aidkit 2. 2 kills for each of them. Malbs with 33 HP isn't able to defeat the AWPer. Aidkit has penetrated into the realms of positive KD.
Would you like to know what the DRK stands for in Leo? Leo DRK.
Well, what does it stand for?
It's Leo Drunky.
I could believe it.
His second name isn't Drunky, though, so I don't know where that's come from.
That's come from student hours, Crammer.
That's come from living in student accommodation. Blue Jays. They continue a bit of a default for the time being, realizing that 00Nation must be out of money soon, either this round or the next. The second they hear a deagle, they're going to realize it's a chance to farm some cash. Is there a world here where Blue Jays come back, Harry?
I mean, maybe, but they have been taken out by the 00Nation ecos before, as far as I can remember. VSM blown to bits, smithereens even, as Leo creeps on up. They've seen the arse of one, but can they make the arse of another? Yes, indeed, swaps to the AK, but pulling it back takes too long. Cold Zero is precise when it comes to the deagle. At range, trying to fight Aidkit with that AWP. Going to be difficult. Mob's making money moves, trying to grab the AK. The bomb is well out of reach, though. It's under the auspices of the Aidkit watch.
That it is. Cold Zero, at least with chest armor as well, he has a bit of extra tanking power against what will be Danny in ladder room here. Next special challenge will be Aid Kit, already holding connector from top mid. As Val's may discover the hard way.
Oh. Lovely stuff from Blue Jays. Not losing too much there. The AWP stays in contention. And only 2 players lost versus Fatigue Force. Try, though. Here we go again, Kramer. One more for the boys.
Can it happen, Harry? Can it happen? Do we see... No, well, the 2 things I want to see. Do we see a Blue Jays come back, and do we see Try break 30 kills? Now, Overpass, which is our next map, is a map which is dominated by AWPers. If your AWPer's feeling good, Overpass is easy. If your AWPer's struggling and you need your rifles to do most of the control, playing Overpass can be so damn difficult. Let's try peeks above connector. Here's a few players making noise. Not quite able to kill them just yet, though. Instead, using the information to back off, potentially hold for some aggression.
Allowing for fear and paranoia to be some of the driving forces in Blue Jays 00NATION. Having themselves a bit of a relaxation as they make a bid to control mid. That's a lot more rhyming than I'm comfortable with. This isn't slam poetry like that.
Your Salam Poetry CS cast. 00NATION. Having not actually done much with their mid control, they've just sort of left it at that, and they're turning their attention to A. They've got Malbs into connector, and he now becomes the lurker. My worry, though, is have 00NATION read the fact that this is going to be an execution to this A site? The smoke's already been deployed, it will be extinguished. Will timing favour Blue Jays here?
The entry needs to be strong. Malb's so close here. They're likely to be backstabbed. An easy one for Sassanito. The assassin in the corner. The cubby to be noted. One player so low. That's VSM. And Sassanito with 3 now. And this might be 00NATION having to opt for the save. There simply is no time. And there is no money.
They back off. Harry, is there a world where Blue Jays come back? I asked you it earlier. I'll ask you it again. Do you believe yet?
Blue Jays have made me regret my belief before, Kramer.
That's true. Are you gonna change sides?
No. Try as they might.
Yeah.
There will always there is still a try. Or
yeah.
There's no way that you can get 5 rounds in a row with Try not just decimating your team one of these if this AWP can stay in circulation.
That's very true. And Try's actually going solo to B right now. I think he realizes that the pixel angle's kind of played with a jump spot here. So he's just hoping to punish that. I like this adaptation. I actually really like this adaptation. And for Blue Jays, maybe a change of tune. So instead, they're playing very far back on B.
A change of tune to a loving bird song. A pair of deagles and an AK sit up in the palace. The Royal Guard, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. All Try, confounded by the blockage of the bullet. Will move away as quickly as possible. Kicks and loses the opening door. Necrogenesis not good for more than 1. And that's a lootable weapon here for Malbs as well. As Malbs makes the crossing, they are going to be met here by Aid Kit. No weapons for you, sir. I've had enough of you. Try is still elsewhere. Rotating as fast as they can. Sure, Cold Zero so close to Aid Kit right now. May well wait for this smoke to clear down. They might find them in the smoke. They might touch each other. At this Range Rover Deagle could just slam on through. Cold Zero patient, waiting. The bomb starts to tick away. It's now or it's never, Kremer. Time is the cruelest of mistresses as Cronus decides to rain on over this.
What?
No way! No bloody way!
What a round by 8 Kits! The stars align for Blue Jays there. Not only does 8 Kit get some kills, he has no business in doing so. But that missed shot from Try. the kind of micro-millimetric inaccuracy just not favouring him there at all. Look at this. How did that miss? The inaccuracy. That's almost point blank.
Madness, Kramer. Madness. And try as Angie. Back once more. Onto the AWP. As Blue Jays continue to survive. That aid kit being taken down. That hurts, man. That's painful. But the 00 Nation lean is very strong. Over towards B at the moment. VSM plays the rear guard. And they are potentially going to find contact here. Against Necrogenesis, who's doing some very fastidious clearing. There is going to be contact here. But both players take their information and leave with their lives.
So now, the rotation through mid. Malbs showing presence. Assassinito will accompany Kixon, going for ramp control. I quite like the call for ramp control. You realise that your two kind of CT players have kind of split off, and you just pick an angle, you hold it. Over from shorts. VSM, there's the opening. Kixon, so much pressure on him now.
Kixon running away for now. Mob's going to get the double they can.
Oh!
What a performance from Mobs. Now it's 1 versus 4 for Kixon to save the entire map. Blue Jays pick 00 Nation. If they can win this, which it's more than likely they can, Kramer, Overpass is theirs for the taking, where try go kill will be at its zenith. The 28th kill stands ready, stands kicking, stands tall and proud. Try simply did not have the timing, but Kixon's been heard on the approach. Should be surrounded soon as they move on over to a site. The ticking of the bomb ringing in their ears. Tick, tick, tick. The tempo, the watch, the time, all of which are arrayed against Kixon. And while they can win 2 duels in a row, they cannot win the round.
I mean, it comes at a laboured victory. 00 Nation, that very well could have been considerably more one-sided than it was. But what matters, Harry, is they win it. It comes at a cost, but they win it. Try, an incredible game on his part. And for the members of Blue Jays, now the question is, can you recover for when you move to your opponent's map pick of Overpass? We'll have to see just after this break.
Pinnacle Cup number 3, sizzling hot out the oven and right back to you. Thank you so much to our partners over at Pinnacle, MSI, and Entropiq for helping us present this wonderful Tier 2 matchup between 00NATION and BLUEJAYS.
Something we said last time, Harry, was that Pinnacle are awesome. They're good. We did say that, but we also said
They are good.
We also said that Try was just a god, and nothing can possibly beat him. And he finished that game going 27-16. In the latter stages of that game, in its dying breaths, in the death rattle, 8-Kit ended going 25-17. Both AWPers of both teams were carrying some heavy weights. And all of a sudden, while Try wasn't really fighting 8-Kit, we didn't really see the AWP duel happen all too often. Both players were wreaking havoc on one another's teams.
I mean, both AWPers were simply better on their CT side. Most of those kills, like about 70% of them for Try, were on the CT side. Already, though, there's a mad brawl for A. It's come down to 2 versus 3. 00NATION, I believe, mislabeled at the moment. That is BLUEJAYS on the CT side. And indeed, BLUEJAYS will be opening up on their CT side with the dub.
Now, when we talk about stats, you need to remember that this is Overpass. This is a heavily CT-sided map. In fact, at the moment, I would argue it's probably one of the most CT-sided maps in the pool, bar maybe Nuke. So, honestly, 10-5s here, maybe even 11-4s, aren't all too uncommon to witness. However, that being said, I would much rather see a BLUEJAYS who can, or 00NATION at least, who can at least keep it close on their T side.
Try noted here. Oh my goodness, that is one ruined child's drawing. You monsters! I don't care about the murders though. You carry on with those.
Yeah, just keep going. Danny, he'll follow your orders. In Assassinito, able to wipe up the remaining 00NATION players, as just like that, it's going to be 00NATION, get it behind them, move their first full buy. Unfortunately, Try won't be able to bring out the AWP, it's down to the AK, and the also partners at Pinnacle actually ever so slightly swinging back in favour of BLUEJAYS. They are still 3-1. Remember, those are series odds. They're a map down. It's inevitably going to be fairly favoured to 00NATION, particularly when you remember we're on their map pick.
Indeed, 00NATION. They were slow to start last time as well. But they did get to start on the CT side last time. BLUEJAYS looking pretty strong here, and of course they did look a lot better when it came to the aim towards the end of Mirage.
Now, early defaults out to a fairly heavy long presence from 00NATION here. As 8-Kit, accompanied by Assassinito, have this bait and switch in place. Now, it's a bit of an unorthodox angle from 8-Kit. A flash from and smoke from Mouths may buy a little bit of space. Assassinito spotted out and caught out for being promptly traded, as 8-Kit actually goes aggressive off the back of that.
Oh, they're going to find themselves a fight off the back of it as well. Up against Cold Zero. 8-Kit wins those. And Danny may be tempted into a peek here, but doesn't want a sustained gunfight with the MP9 at this range. Would much rather play around the boxes. Maybe try and spray down a planter in Optimus. Waiting for a moment. 00NATION fastidious in this push, but if they give it enough time, 8-Kit's going to wrap around the back here and maybe find the bomb. Danny up close. Able to get an easy one onto Leo. Finding those close angles. VSM seen as well. Upgrades to AKs for everybody who wants them. And 00NATION have to have Try simply leave alone and have a bit of a cry in the sewers. Just like me on a Thursday night.
Thursday night, sewers of Swindon, bottle of beer and your own tears. As BLUEJAYS, they go 3-0 up. They force 00NATION down to a... I mean, they could probably force around with the AK. You could get a few Galeals out. I would rather see pistols and armor, but there's a world where they force it just so they can keep their economy consistent and kind of uniform. But for BLUEJAYS, I mean, it's a solid start. Just got to keep up the momentum. Remember, this is 00NATION's map pick, though, so you do have to be wary of that.
Well, it certainly isn't looking like they have the hottest of tactics at the moment for their own map pick. There is a light amount of control over here in Garden, but Fountain has been currently taken by Aidkit, who has been lights out, like we said before. Towards the end of Mirage, Aidkit was certainly a little bit more relevant than Try. Speaking of relevancy of Try, the only player right here with an AK could play down long. VSM! An unbelievable shot. Lovely stuff. And Sassanito was going to get the refrag, sure, but so much space is being grabbed. So many rifles may well be available. Upgrades for the boys and girls at home. VSM will get that into hand. And now, Blue Jays, they're getting nervous, going for some information. A lot of clearing here, done on B. Necrogenesis might be able to find themselves an easy backstab, but you can see that VSM is already pre-aiming this area.
Oh, coldzera. This duel between these players. Bear in mind that coldzera has the bomb as well. This will sculpt the outcome of the rounds here. Danny, realizing that the only player who could really assist him with audio cues is Necro, who reveals himself. Danny tries to get away. He does just that. coldzera doesn't peek him. That could have given a further man advantage.
But it does mean that the bomb has remained safe for now. Try has two players to deal with. One coming from long, one coming up the stairs. HE does some damage, kicks him. Takes a bunch of their own. 9 HP remaining. Try needs to hit themselves a lovely shot here, and they will. A body shot was all that was needed, and a bounce on the flash fully blinds Try. Now in the 2 versus 2, the bomb starts to tick away. And 00Nation desperately need this one, but they don't really have the arms to make it happen. 1 rifle versus 2. Danny's bloody low. And Try remains precise, ducking down now after getting the information, allowing for the wraparound from the back from coldzera. They could even pick themselves up a weapon as they go around. They'll find one on the stairs. Try wins it nonetheless. An upgrade for coldzera, and finally a round for 00Nation.
It comes after a, well, surprisingly, just a couple of pistols accompanying the AK of Try. I personally am really impressed with the fact that they isolated 2 versus 1s there. I mean, even in that retake, what was initially a 3 versus 3, 00Nation, they force the aim duels with each player sort of as they get to the site, and it just goes downhill for Blue Jays from there, because in aim duels, well, on 1v1 it's about even. 2 versus 1, and all of a sudden 00Nation have the option to trade. That was only needed once. Aidkit, open hand, something I'm sure Try would much like to have. Even an aggressive peek through Fountain.
I'd love to grab that. Thus far, the bomb not committed. Oh, Leo, did they see the tail of Sassanito? Who knows? Who cares? I imagine Sassanito does. Leo continues to move on up here. Oh, they found Aidkit aiming in the wrong angle. And the second, though, Sassanito beats out Leo. A smoke placed down near the AWP. But look at Try. He wants what he wants. I'm coming for that all, baby.
It's like he locks eyes with it, doesn't he? And he goes, ooh.
I'm coming for that all, baby.
Try. Gonna flash VSM out here. I'm surprised VSM actually peeked that, considering he knew a flash was coming.
Try didn't actually grab the orb either. It might have been blown back, actually, by an HE. I'm not sure if it was a flash or an HE that was expended by Sassanito, but there was an explosive near where that orb had fallen. And now Malbs all alone in a 1 versus 3, easily taken down. No one gets the orb. And Blue Jays hit their 4th.
00Nation continuing a dominant run. Oh, Blue Jays continuing a dominant run. 00Nation, that was a very common setup on B. And,
oh my goodness.
And Zero didn't really recognize it, Harry. Surprisingly.
Blue Jays win 65% of their rounds on overpass on the CT side.
Yeah, and both of them do have a dependency. Like 00Nation as well prefer their CT side categorically. So, again, 4 or 5 rounds on your T side, that really is enough here.
At the moment, only 1 is available. Leo takes a little bit of high explosive enthusiasm for their movements. Danny is seen, Danny sprays, and Leo feels the pain. But thus far, no mortal wounds have been given over, but Monster Mamma mia, that's a spicy shot right there. Necrogenesis sprays through two. Kixon playing on the other side. Ping pong peaks. But it's Malbs who finds himself some value here. Try with a fresh AWP. Aid kit round the back. Unsuspected thus far. And Try is going to get the bomb plant, but they may not be prepared for Aid Kit, who's wrapping around the back. There's no information. The lineup is solid, and while the spray nut might not be the best, two players doubled up towards one angle, and that has been thoroughly punished. A defuse kit is grabbed. Aid Kit now taps upon the bomb and is going to play Mold for a fool. Pros don't fake, and neither does Aid Kit. They might even be able to grab the AWP here. What a round for them. No. Oh. Still, Blue Jays walk away with it.
A solid round from Aid Kit there, and once again, 00Nation showing a few mistakes here or there. That's a angle you really expect to be winning, particularly when you expect someone to be flanking you as well. It's difficult, but bearing in mind that Malbs, he's got 20 HP, he's a one-shot regardless of what happens, and he's got a smoke to run through. The right call is to try and just hope that Aid Kit comes off the bomb there. But the fact that Aid Kit was even allowed to get into that position is a bit of a fumble from the South American team.
And I mean, Malbs force bought that round. Not economically, but just like in terms of the effort put through with Fatigue. That was a magnum opus round for Malbs. Picking up 2 eco frags. 00Nation now. Working with what? With rifles? Working with rifles. Okay.
Alright, Jonathan Ross.
But Quema, can they get the win?
Try certainly can. Another AWP for Try.
You mean Twy?
Twy likes this. The new feature film Twilight. Blue Jays.
You moron.
Once again, trying to defend long, and Sassanito played the same angle Aid Kit played. Once again, it works. Flash through the smoke. Leo good for what he knows. The long player's there, but Sassanito, another kill from long. He's Try actually swapping out for the AK.
Oh, there could be a fight here for the bomb. Could be spotted by Try. Spray is good. Sassanito falls. Now 2 versus 2. Still there is much presence on A. All 4 members congregated around here. Danny spotted in the bank. Bought low. Try reveals their position through the trajectory of that Molotov. But so many angles to try and clear. The jump spot doesn't give too much away. An attempt to replant. Spotted out by Danny and stopped as well. Even more presented with the gunfight. An AK looted and Blue Jays 6 now. 00Nation looking anemic on their T side. Alright, I believe we have lost Kramer over a PC crash. Kramer and I today has been a nightmare when it comes to technical issues. But, if you want to make sure that you're avoiding technical issues as much as possible, then you should be considering our hardware partners over at MSI for top-tier motherboards, graphics cards. I don't think MSI do RAM, but they do full laptops. I think the GS65 is the one that I really wanted. It was called the Stealth. I had like a gold MSI logo. It was very nice. And of course, peripherals and monitors. If you think 360 Hz is what will take you from silver to global elite, MSI have the monitor for you. And I believe that as Kramer does crash,
MSI do
we also head into a tech pause. So there was a world parameter for the tech pause alone. That would have been fun.
I'm pretty sure MSI do RAM. Do? Yeah, they should do RAM. I'm fairly certain. I may be wrong though. Try.
Lovely.
There's an opening there.
It is. The terrorists have so much technology, Kramer. They can float now. Maybe our world is doomed. Alas, Danny did fall deep in enemy territory, so it's not exactly a recoverable weapon. A flash through, Necrogenesis fully blinded. VSM wins that one out. Swaps over to the AK, but can't pull it back fast enough to hit onto Kixon. The bomb is still in the able hands of Try, who is currently limping along with 4 HP. Bloodied, battered, bruised. A shell of a man. An aid kit anchoring over on A at the moment. Smokes off for long, takes the swing into the pair, and defeats them both soundly. The warrior, the master of his domain, unperturbed by the push.
Try 4 HP to wield in this 1 versus 3, Harry. I would be lying.
That's 1 HP each. Oh, never mind.
I would be lying if the odds weren't if the odds weren't in his favour.
Speaking of odds tightening up, 00NATION still preferred here. Interestingly. And Kramer has been lost again. Sad times. However, use code CUP22 when signing up over at our partners of Pinnacle to get yourselves good odds on all the CSGO you wish to bet on. But only do so in a fun and safe environment with money you can afford to lose, and if you are over the age of 18. Otherwise, I'm coming for those shoes, and Try is coming for these lives. Wants to flash themselves out. Sassanito avoids most of it. Try is seen swapping over now onto the sidearm. A duel of Glock versus Deeg, but Try has the accuracy. And while they were battered by these attempts, the boost up sees coldzera potentially. And damage is done. Danny bought low. 2 versus 3, certainly doable here for the side of Blue Jays. And you wouldn't believe that they're 7-1 if you looked at Blue Jays' economy right now. They have lost so many players. And all of these rounds have been so messy that everyone is just hanging on by a singular thread. And I ain't talking a silver lining worth of thread. I'm talking a real thread. And that might be why Necrogenesis and Danny here are going to be opting for the save. They've both got defuse kits. Necrogenesis has got full armor. Pair of smokes as well. Considering the state of the finances and the round differential they have in their name, Blue Jays are happy to let this one go. And 00NATION will pick up their second. Welcome back, Kramer.
Thanks, man. Our internets, our PCs, our
Yep. It's been a bad tech day for like Dan Kramer.
It has been, and that's another one off the bingo. As Blue Jays, they find themselves now having lost the rounds, and so the highlight is Blue Jays, because they've been losing players in the rounds they've been winning, they just don't have money. All it took was 1 round there from 00NATION, and they've completely reset the Blue Jays economy, and another one on the bounce. They thrust Blue Jays into an eco where they can actually build a fairly decent round count on their T side.
What they need is momentum. But can they claim it? Exchanges of gunfire somewhere. Not entirely sure where. Maybe spamming some smokes here and there. It's safer to shoot the air than to not, Kramer. You never know where the allegiance of those molecules lie.
That's true. The atom looks
Can nitrogen hold allegiance?
I feel like it can.
Oh my. Sassanito not going to be taking in much oxygen regardless of allegiance from now on. A man advantage.
With this man advantage, what will 00NATION do with it? As they rotate back through connector, it looks like B is going to be the final destination of this round. And for Blue Jays, I mean, they have quite a deep angle from Kixon here. I think he's been seen, though. Yeah, he has. VSM knows where he is. That forces the rotation of Kixon. And right now, that was the lurker that made the feat the first few shots. So Blue Jays still unawares as to 00NATION's intentions.
It's a freebie site. Unless, of course, Danny can stop them. coldzera falls on down. The doors are going the way of Blue Jays suddenly. The man advantage has been turned around. Try needs to be nimble, quick. And put this AWP exactly where it's supposed to stick. There's the first taking the swing. The second is avoided. Try with the miss. Kicks him with a double on the FAMAS. Brutality. And no bomb plant as well means 00NATION don't get that economic reinforcement.
No, you're absolutely right. And once again, 00NATION, A bit of a messy assault there. Blue Jays aren't playing kind of random and unorthodox angles. These are fairly common positions, and 00Nation are just struggling to clear them. Blue Jays are winning by what looks like aim at the moment, as they go 8-2 up. 00Nation with a few bits of utility to work with here. As they go for late short control here by VSM.
Jingly little dinks there from the bullets. I can appreciate a good jam, Kremer.
You can find a bop out of anything, Harry. I appreciate that.
Oh, Danny's going to need one. BSM. He's going to have to be cleaned up with a mop rather than the broom after that.
Blue Jays currently a man up, having completely ruined the VSM on short here. The 00Nation slowly rotate through connector and then subsequently through toilets. Long once again appears to be their prime targets. Try does have an AWP to wield, so there's still the chance that, still a very high chance that 00Nation win this round. But on the jump spot, 8kit reveals himself. Try missed shots. Question now is, do they expect Sassanito on the close angle?
It's a fresh one for Sassanito. A touch of damage taken from a lick of the flames, so unforgiving it is as a tongue. But 00Nation, they're going to be forced to do something. Oh, cold zero. That's a boomer spray if ever I've seen one.
Try is good for Sassanito, sure, but that is a cold zero. That is a kill they should always be landing. I'm lost for words, actually, because Cold Zero is like the one player you expect to absolutely decimate 8kit there.
Oh, Leo. Oh, no. Look what Cold Zero taught me why people are happy.
Remember at Pinnacle, you can sign up at pinnacle.com/welcome with code CUP22. Pinnacle will know that we're the ones who sent you, because Pinnacle, they're pretty good, Harry. They're pretty good. You can head over to pinnacle.com/liveodds as well to see the live odds on this game. Remember to only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18. Only ever do so in a fun and safe environment. And for 00Nation, sure they have a bye, but I haven't been impressed, Harry.
Yeah, 00Nation are looking bad.
Just bad.
Especially on a map where they should have such a distinct advantage.
Already a map up in the series. Tries playing out as mind. You're on your map pick, and it looks like they just aren't playing with any strategy. They're not clearing corners. They're not flashing each other into fights. They're whiffing significantly on some fairly easy kills. This really ain't good.
I'm gonna get some real stimulating email over those comments.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Oh, it's okay. Stop playing bad and I'll stop calling you bad. That's the deal, right?
It's funny, that's how it works. It's Cold Zero. Positioning connector is awaiting the exit of Danny. Danny is actually trapped in this corner here. Cold Zero, does he suspect Danny, though? Is the question for this double short setup.
Danny
Yes,
spotted.
There's the
The
volley.
Molly's going to force him to run. This is some great rescue here, though, from Necrogenesis. Just sprays Cold Zero away. Where was the secondary? Aid kit up against Try. Through the wall, the damage is done. But they could be wrapped upon here. Sassanito, the cover, is gone. Aid kit now with their back to the smoke. This could be pushed on through, potentially. Aid kit. Oh, the no-scope through the smoke on the VSM. Everything goes wrong for 00Nation. Try as you might. They couldn't buy a win right now.
Oh, man. 10-2. Harry, it's not looking good. 00Nation, they need, at least 4. At least 4 rounds. I would say 4 rounds is the bare minimum to extend that further. Unfortunately, we are yet to see that.
And what we're about to see is a Deagle force. So it's not looking the most likely here. Still, we've seen people like Mobs, like Try, pull things out of their bottoms with the Deags.
They have done. Cold Zero looks to try and shut down Aid Kit here. Aid Kit comes out on top.
Nothing too flashy. Adjusts upwards from the crotch into the body and takes the shot. Assassinito. Direct hit with the smoke. And direct hit with the bullets as well. We aren't expecting too much here, but maybe a little bit more than the 36 damage that has been done by 00NATION. Call me a wishful thinker, Kremer.
You're optimistic, Harry. At least you're optimistic.
I'm an optimist. I'm a believer. Oh, VSM doesn't even get to take the first shot. The bomb hits the floor. And so Leo will come in. Bright eyes. Bushy-tailed. Brutally aiming. Necrogenesis takes on down. Leo could maybe the savior. Nope. A shot into the canal. You're going to mess with the fishes, bruv.
11-2. Harry, what does 00NATION change?
The map.
There's so much going wrong for them right now. And it's not like anyone on Blue Jays is playing insanely well. It's just all of them are pulling their weight. As 00NATION now, they need these last 2 rounds. They desperately need them.
What do they change, Kremer? They change the map.
Yeah. They'll have to. Cold Zero. Taking a bit of early damage from the util. Over in Connector, Assassinito not doing too much damage to Leo. In fact, not doing any damage to Leo. It's Danny to take the brunt of the damage from Try. Getting a little bit too ambitious with his peak.
Base tanking it. Supportive player Danny. Necrogenesis certainly has had a better game here than over on Mirage, which left a little bit to be desired. Kremer VSM could be going up against a duo here and can't really get more than a single shot off on one of them, but Cold Zero with the cover. That's their 3rd kill in 13 rounds. And now they're going to be potentially outswarmed here. Cold Zero, though! That's a better spray!
Aid Kit and Try. The immortal 1v1. Aid Kit comes out on top. Leo trades Assassinito into the 1 versus 2. Winning this would almost guarantee a victory in the game for Blue Jays. 00NATION winning this would just mean another shot at survival.
00NATION, if they lost this, that would mentally break them. This is the best chance they've had in a while. Assassinito, 1 versus 2. Up against Leo and Malbs. But the 1 versus 1 is found. Malbs has got 6 kills so far, 2 of them in that round that was basically purchased by the Deagle. Assassinito could be found on the timing here. The bomb begins to be tapped upon. And Malbs ain't getting faked on again, mate. No way. I'm checking it this time, boys. And that's going to be a 3rd for 00NATION. Maybe not the donation now, as the odds begin to tighten up a little bit. Pinnacle realizing, okay, something's amiss here.
Yeah, and having seen this, I can't help but think there's a world where all it took for Blue Jays to come back and win Mirage was 1 or 2 more rounds on their attacking side.
Yep.
That was it.
Their CT was pretty strong after they got it together. Sure, 00NATION did pick up about like 7 rounds on their T side very quickly.
Cold Zero shuts down Danny. Once again, an opening achieved for 00NATION.
In 2 rounds, he's tripled his frag count. It was a cold start, but they're warming up now.
Smoke deployed on Monster. 00NATION slowly and methodically start tightening the noose around Blue Jays connector hold. Leo is hesitant to push that bit further.
Oh, hello. Assassinito wins that one while slow walking.
Try did only have a scout.
That's true. And Try hasn't had too many chances to play with the AWP. It's not been the greatest economic play from either of these teams. Like, you wouldn't believe that Blue Jays are 11-3 right now, when they've been paycheck to paycheck for so long. All of these rounds have been incredibly close. But 00Nation, when it comes to the deciding factor of a tactical play, they are simply falling short compared to Blue Jays.
No, you're right,
the flashes aren't great. The duo play isn't great. The clears aren't solid.
Necro good for one. Sassanito, he'll hear this rotation. Malves, though, pre-fire finishes the job. For Necro, a 1 versus 2, Harry. Do you think it's achievable?
It's certainly doable for Necrogenesis. They do have a dummy flash in the back pocket. 2 kills in the round already. And that's a very early time. The Molotov shows exactly where mobs would be. The swing is taken. Necrogenesis holds the line. And that's going to be 12-3 on the half. 15-5 right now as Necrogenesis. Unbelievable. He's only died in a third of the rounds in this half.
Really, really solid round from Necrogenesis there. And, well, for 00Nation, 12-3 down. My question becomes, bear in mind that our third and final map, being Dust 2, is a map that both teams have the exact same win rate on. So momentum is everything. And for Blue Jays, dare I say it, Harry, this is where they start getting a fair bit of momentum. They win the pistol rounds, this game's over.
Must win pistol round on the other side for 00Nation. Otherwise, this one's down the shitter, boys and girls. And we're going to a map number 3. Look at this for speed, the willingness to battle in connector here.
On aid kit as well.
And how much use will that util be for a battling connector? Cold Zero, tucked into the corner. Necrogenesis clearing this. Will they expect 3 players here, Leo? Noted. It's going to be a 6-man brawl. And Necrogenesis is for first to fall. Only Malbs has been noted. Cold Zero, not detected just yet. All 3 connector players die from Blue Jays. And now aid kit is left with pockets full of util and no one to play it off.
Danny, going to have a very supported duel no matter where he goes.
Yes, you are. It's like the Pokemon you use all the items on.
Yeah. Yes. Danny gets ready to jump down. Actually,
For Dark Descent.
I will be very disappointed if aid kit doesn't flash him. Go for the SK drop. I love that. That was so popular on train back when it was in the pool. For Cold Zero now. One of the players actually to revolutionize that drop.
Damage done. A bomb dropped, but straight into the hands of Aidkit, who just dashes it over to the B site. This plant can be stopped by VSM. Takes the swing, hits the shot. 00Nation pick up the pistol round, and that was brutally required. And finally, we see a little bit of actual strategy from 00Nation with their stack on connector.
It's nice to see some genuine stratagem, and with that, 00Nation get a step closer to a comeback. I don't think it's happening, but it's a step closer. As Blue Jays go to the full eco, the MP9 on VSM, another fairly rifle-heavy buy on 00Nation, allows VSM to make farm a bit of cash and potentially get a, maybe even build up to what could be an AWP drop to try.
That certainly would be the dream. Full eco over on the side of Blue Jays. For 00Nation, ideally this needs to be flawless. There is such a round deficit to make up. 8 in it. And in that, Blue Jays are going to get at least 3 or 4 full buys.
That they are. With Blue Jays have a fairly slow control through Fountain. Really taking their time with this. Mainly just looking to just pick a player, swarm them, get their gun, and try to snowball without losing too much health. With no flash either. There's nothing to kind of kickstart this rush other than someone saying go. Well, someone said go, and Try, he says no.
Try said go away.
Yep.
Go, let's go! Go away.
00Nation. That's 5, Harry. Get a bit closer.
It's a good CT side so far. We talked about the dependency here for both of these teams upon their CT side. I would have loved to have seen just... It really... I'm just kind of disappointed Like, I'm like a disapproving dad. Like, the way that 00NATION actually dropped that, like, that held defuse by, I believe, aid kit, that might have changed the entire half.
Yep.
And it's not even Mobs' fault. They didn't really check that. It really should have been suspected that someone was on the flank. Cold Zero double with the FAMAS. Those AKs, mate. It didn't matter to me. Cold Zero actually throws their FAMAS away and can't find an AK until the FAMAS is back. Where'd it go?
2 players left for Blue Jays now. Where'd the teammates go? Cold Zero actually mollied out of position. I love that. Really clean molly. Assassinito damaged Necro from the flank. Try doesn't react to it. Yes, he does.
All right, Try built different. Where were those AKs after all?
This is scary. If you're Try, well, if you're on Blue Jays, and you've just seen Try hit 2K, you think, oh god, please don't wake up, please don't wake up, please don't wake up. It's still a dream.
Fall asleep, fall asleep, fall asleep, fall asleep.
It's still a dream. Think warm thoughts, Try. Please don't wake up. Unfortunately, Try currently top fragging for his team. Harry, if he brings out an AWP, do you start sweating if you're Blue Jays?
Try's actually opted into buying a rifle for someone else in this one. But yes, if Try brings out the AWP, you will be sweaty Betties.
Another round of pistols from Blue Jays. Looking for a split over to potentially toilets here. Maybe even this could turn into a banana rush if you have the double smoke and a flash to get you to sight. But for 00NATION.
You know, I forgot that we call short and toilets banana overall.
Yeah.
We never really use the term.
Sometimes we don't even use short. We just call it banana and toilets. It varies. I was playing with some Americans the other day, and they refer to short on Inferno as lane.
What?
I know. Absolute weirdos.
That's why they have to pay for healthcare.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the exact reason.
Healthcare. They need healthcare because of that. Try. Shuts down Necrogenesis, though.
Alright. Try as he might. He is mighty. And that is the eco slain flawlessly. 00NATION, their CT side, is making up for the true disappointment we experienced.
It's happening. It's happening. Oh, he got it. Blue Jays. Now,
and Kremer needs a new pair of underwear.
5 rounds is very doable. Like, it's very doable. And with Blue Jays, with nothing in the bank, they lose this round. It goes 12-8, 12-9 on the force buy, 12-10 on the eco. You end up actually only needing to win 2 full buy rounds before you're not only equalized, but also in the lead, regardless of loss bonus for Blue Jays here.
Necrogenesis takes some early damage. Now 16-9. A far cry from the 15-5 that rounded out the CT side. A slow, methodical clearing with a lot of presence on long here. 00NATION are doing some uncanny stacks, and they're often getting some real dividends. Like we saw Cold Zero get a double with the FAMAS while playing just on the outside of Fountain here. And you can see that there's still a lot more caution here from the Blue Jays as they enter that same zone where Cold Zero doubled them before.
For now, VSM keeps himself back. Tries not to combat anyone for the time being. It's Cold Zero actually to aggress here. He could very well catch Assassinito off guard here. Oh, he's ready.
Assassinito is ready and reading. Have a second player on long. They've moved off into toilets instead. Now these players on B. Thoroughly outnumbered. Try will move to get the covering fire from heaven potentially, but no, instead. Heading towards the back of sight. BSM only 5 kills so far. This needs to be a big piece from him. Whoa. Try doesn't need eyes, baby. He's got talent, brutality, and monstrous righteous wrath.
What? 4 seconds left. Assassinito. Can he find Try and on Leo in time? No, he can't.
Where's the AWP? Where's the AWP?
What? I am dead confused as to Blue Jays' thought process there. You've just got 2 kills on A, so let's head B. And
if we don't know what we're doing, the enemy won't.
I mean, fair play, but but you know, That is some weird decision making, and I mean, credit where credit's due to 00Nation. They punish it. They absolutely punish it. 4 rounds is what separates these teams now, and that monumental lead Blue Jays established, looking, well, not looking like much. Look how relaxed Blue Jays look.
They ain't gonna be relaxed for long.
No. In a second, that's going to go from calm to panic.
It's gonna go to some
We're not a panic
real
yet, though.
worry. Alright, here we go again. Only 4 rounds in it this time. 00Nation with 5 on the trot on the CT side, and it's once again a ramshackle buy from Blue Jays. Sassanito with the hero AK. Everybody else a menagerie of pistols. And mouths. Oh, it's pistol season, baby.
You smell Zico frags.
I smell stat padding.
What does stat padding smell of, Harry?
Ginger.
Ginger. I was thinking more of a roasted marshmallow sort of smell.
Oh, like a s'more?
Yeah, like when you kind of you bronze them a little bit with a blowtorch, or of the fire,
Or a campfire if you're a normal person.
or a campfire if you're a normal person.
Yeah, I like my marshmallows lightly arsoned.
I tried to you know, like your standard like one like pound lighter you can get from like a petrol station.
Yeah.
I tried to toast the marshmallows on that. It tastes awful, by the way. Don't do it.
Try needs help, and Try needs it fast still.
Try doesn't need help. He'll just continue doing Try things. Mouths to the flank is good for another.
It's an unconventional plant spot still. Will work out. Not punished just yet. Try plays the pixel. And if you test the pixel, you will lose. Necrogenesis finds us out the hard way as Danny tries to cover the bomb. Sure, Try and Leo are low, but it's still 5 members from 00Nation who remain alive. Sassanito doesn't know what its own is in their control. Admittedly, 00Nation here for 5 players alive. Don't have a huge amount of control. Try beats out Danny, but can they beat Sassanito, who maintains the position, maintains the peak? 00Nation will hit themselves 9.
Call an ambulance, but not for me. Let's try. Harry, he woke up.
Oh,
Right, Blue
we're in
Jays.
danger.
The Blue Jays, they need a timeout just to scream at each other. What are you doing? What have you done?
I'm trying. I know you're trying. He's trying all of us.
Yes, why'd you wake him up? Was it you, Sassanito? No, I didn't do anything. I was avoiding him. What about you, Necro? No, I didn't do it. Well, he's awake now, and that's a problem. Blue Jays, 12-9. The 00Nation. Money in the bank, momentum to work with, and an AWP on try.
Sassanito is at least the guiding light of Blue Jays at the moment. I believe they might have actually been overtaken by Try in terms of frags. I think Sassanito's on 23. But it has been a really good game from Sassanito. Especially considering they weren't like a CT AWPer. That was over in the hands of 8kit, who's now using it on the T side. A concerted effort here for lane control. And then back into connector.
For now, Blue Jays, at least keeping their man count. Looking to hit B once again. I mean, last time they went B, it didn't end in a pretty way. And Harry, big problem because Try is looking to start rotating to B now. Sucks to deploy for short. 35 seconds left. An aggressive angle being held by Leo. Flashed into the angle. Doesn't hear the rotation, but he does hear the counter flash.
Tries on the Overwatch, Leo. Pre-fires, moves out with the flash. It's a beautiful spray, but they run late on the ammo. Try now potentially overwhelmed by Necrogenesis. Moving fast, but the bomb no longer in control. Necrogenesis! Unbelievable! In the Latin, the creation of death. And death is certainly being created in spades here. Cold Zero now has the time to play with. The incendiary sent on out, they read Necrogenesis,
So smart.
but can they win the fight? The answer is no. Necrogenesis almost with the ace, and a rescue here of Blue Jays from a death spiral.
Blue Jays finally get their first T-side round. My question now, Harry, is can they do it again? Is that repeatable? Is that mimicable? Because Necro had to get a 4K there, tank a headshot from Cold Zero. If he'd taken but an inch of damage from any other player there, that was a 1v2 for Cold Zero.
It's a shame that no one else did any damage then, huh?
Yeah.
And BLUEJAYS with a timeout here, letting 00NATION steep in it.
They rub it in a bit, don't they? I like that.
Think about what you've done, you bad, bad boys.
This was your fault.
A pair of M4A4s. Unconventional.
Very well be another fairly fast B-oriented round from BLUEJAYS. Let's try once again. Orc to wield, therefore BLUEJAYS aren't safe. Early flash through Fountain. Nades get deployed, and it's Leo to get one of the openings there. Sassanito falls. Can't be traded, though.
But where Sassanito once stood, Necrogenesis now rises. 20-11, 100 HP to work with. Didn't even have to rebuy armor going into this. After the lack of damage that was done prior to the fight. Ooh. A big ballsy entry. And Cold Zero might be good for one, but no more than this. Now it is 2 versus 2. And Try is still alive, but the retake with the AWP, difficult to do. Alongside Mobs with the A4. Kixon lies in wait. In the pit. The little ratty monster. That he is. A pair of smokes still available. Kixon. Will they be checked right here? Mobs is walking right on by them. Aid kit has made sure they will remain undiscovered. And Try with $50 in the bank. It's a stealthy escape for the young assassin.
I think he's wary of the fact that Kixon's going to hunt him, though. Kixon could be in a... Oh, the timing! Oh! Try. He's able to kill him anyway. But for a moment, that looked a bit scary for Try. 00NATION. Now, 14-9 down. Those are our partners at Pinnacle, once again favouring 00NATION. But it's getting a bit close. If you disagree, you can head over to pinnacle.com/welcome, where you can sign up with Cup22 to go check out Pinnacle, maybe even place a bet on this game. Remember, only ever place a bet if you're over the age of 18. Only ever do so if you're in a fun and safe environment. And if you're 00NATION, just sit back, fall to your knees, and look to the skies, and pray that Try with the hero Orp here is able to deliver you a victory.
Everyone else with minor weapons. Try's already hit aid kit, but Try is going to be public enemy number 1. The desire to overwhelm Sassanito was ready for Mobs. Every day of every week. Necrogenesis gets the AK back in hand. I love that skin. It's got a little bit of Eldritch horror to it.
I didn't get to see what skin that was. I don't recognise it. It might be one of the new ones. VSM holds through monster. Try. Getting ready to be pushing back through the smoke.
Oh! What happened right there? What a flash from Kixon. Sure, Try got one, but an unbelievable turnaround, Leo. Oh, 3 kills off the back of the hero warp and the pistol buy. That's match point for BLUEJAYS. Kramer smells like map 3.
Try's dropped 27 kills in both maps of this series. He's just good.
He is begging for his team to come and install CSGO.
Yeah. If you are on BLUEJAYS now, this is where you try and build a bit of X. This is where you try and close it out. Make sure 00NATION don't get that all in play once again. They go for the early. That's a very. Was that 3 smokes committed to trying extinguishing that molly there?
Let's not talk about it.
Try on long. Here's a flash. Caught out instantly. Harry, this could be the start of the end for 00NATION.
Oh, Mobs. Wondering how the... Oh, that's a very, very generous blooming of the flame. Mobs didn't even have to move, but still. Seeded the space away. And it's readily annexed by Sassanito.
For now. Attack once again. View.
Spec's being deployed on long, just trying to garner a bit of extra control before they commit to the full attack on Blue Jays. VSM laying in wait.
Oh, they expect VSM to be here. They creep from the cheeky angle as the smoke shall begin to fade rather soon. 8 kits crept their way in. VSM was trying to play counter flash, but the only flash was the muzzle flare from 8 kit's rifle. Cold Zero, nothing to be done, and Leo once more stands in a 1 versus 4 that separates 00Nation from having to go to map number 3. There was no way that Blue Jays were supposed to win this map. Yet here we stand in near certainty. And there's that skin I like, Kremer.
It's a really nice one, actually. That is one of the new ones. I don't know the name of it.
Oh, well.
It's a cool skin, though.
You could buy it using our partners over at AstroPay. And Kixon pays homage to Leo with a quick headshot. That is going to be the second map taken by the Macedonian side. And the South Americans forced to map number 3. You're able to see it over on, I believe, Dust 2? Will it be Dust 2, Kremer? Do you know?
Yeah, Dust 2.
Alright, Dust 2. Right after this break. All right. Welcome
Ladies,
back.
welcome back. We've got a special thing for you. We've got 00NATION versus Blue Jays. Harry, as humbly suggested, he's now going to cast the knife round at the speed of sound.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess VSM moving in first. Stabby, stabby, stabby everywhere, Crumb. I don't even know who we're watching at the moment because we had the banner letting me not know who was on screen, which really messed with that, to be honest. Thanks, Pinnacle. You're great. Sign up using Cup 22.
That... I was expecting quite a bit there. That wasn't really what I had in mind.
I mean, I was really hoping I would get to see whose POV we were on, but I could not tell.
That's true.
Because this is the weakness of CS as an esport. Oh, I did not know we had the white line.
Our producers actually just explains to Harry that it's not the HUD, it's him being bad.
Man, everyone's got the same player model. I'm used to things where people play different characters.
Oh, you want different colours, I understand.
I want different colours. I want different guns. I want a bow and arrow, baby. Make it Crisis 3. Oh, speaking of Crisis, currently a little bit of a crisis happening underground in the dark. And it's not going great for Blue Jays 00NATION.
Would you like a foot? Would you like
VSM has had a bloody mare.
He has. Would you like a fun fact about bow and arrows, Harry?
Yes, tell me a fact about this Bronze Age weapon.
In the last 10 or 15 years, there have been the mortality per hit rate is higher in bow and arrow than it is in guns.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's artificially inflated by people accidentally shooting themselves in the leg because they can't handle a gun properly. But it's usually bows and arrows have a higher damage ratio.
That's true.
People
like as far as projectiles go, if they hit, they hit hard.
Yeah, and people sort of know how to deal with a gunshot. They know how to sort of keep.
Yeah, we don't have many medieval medics on hand.
Exactly, and it's not really taught what to do if you've been shot by a bow and arrow nowadays. So people get it shot and they yank it out, which is the last thing you want to do. But yeah, that's why bows and arrows in the 21st century can be scarier than firearms.
Don't mess with Hawkeye.
It's a matter of perspective, really. 00NATION with the pistol round. You're going to move to their anti-eco with Blue Jays on a mere flash to get them out from long.
Quick thank you to our lovely partners over at MSI and AstroPay as well for helping us to present this lovely Tier 2 competition for all of your hardware and payment needs. MSI and AstroPay have got your back. They're damn good.
For now. Oh, use Hill. To be exploited over on 00NATION. Unfortunately for Blue Jays, it's Glocks. And Glocks alone to get them all the kills they want here. Running to the famous Cold Zero. He's good for the first. Sees a few extra players coming. But name is nasty, Harry.
Softens him up. Cold Zero gets a killing blow off the back of that try with the Scouts. That's it. One body shot. Can they get themselves another? The answer is no. Danny slays them. Now into 1 versus 3. The famous appropriated. But Mobs, they are holding that strong. I'm going to quickly bring up the stats thus far for the series. I want to see VSM's KD because they had an absolute mare on Overpass.
Really struggled on Overpass. I was kind of disappointed in VSM because he is one of the more experienced players next to Cold Zero. And on Overpass, VSM and Cold Zero were the ones who were, let's be honest, lacking quite a bit. And it was the newbies who were, well, I say newbies, they are quite experienced at this point, but the least experienced players being the ones who did the most damage onto Blue Jays.
Oh, a rating of 0.6 for VSM over on Overpass.
That's rough. That is particularly rough.
Did okay over on Mirage, 18 and 19, but this would be a good time to turn it around for old VSM. HE mostly avoided their Necrogenesis, making sure not to catch it on the chest. Set smoke, of course, to allow for the crossing. And all remain alive for now. No mortal blows have been expounded.
Flash short control. Gold Zero, he has all the audio cues in the world to know there are 2 players here. Does he get flashed into this by Try? Yeah, is that flash? It peeks before the flash blooms, though. There's that flash, and now doesn't peek. Unique bit of decision making there.
Their feet are going to be seen. And Cold Zero, I'm pretty sure Kixon was just firing between their legs, but hey, I'm going to argue with Gabe about those hitboxes.
Gabe will come for you, Harry.
Gabriel will slay. He is without mercy. It is known. It's interesting that Cold Zero was actually playing back as far as they did, given that they did actually have a bullpup rifle in hand, so the extension wasn't as much as it would have been with the M4A1S or other similar weapons. Speaking of A1Ss, being put to good use here by Leo. I would say probably the second player of 00Nation today, if there had to be one. Of course, Try being the premier. A lovely upgrade to the AK Sassanito, surrounded on all sides. Blue Jays really wanted this. And 00Nation, they've been a team that's been defined by their CT sides over this series. And the same for Blue Jays, really. The T sides on both of these teams have been interesting to watch.
I can't begin to tell you how proud I am of you correctly saying that the famous was bullpup. Like, I was
Character
actually
development, Kremer.
I had an ear-to-ear smile as Blue Jays moved to a couple of pistols around the AK Assassinito. 00Nation, though, the AWP already out on Try. I like how early they bring it out because it does give a chance for Try to get a bit of money behind it before he ends up taking the AWP duel with Aid Kit, which should be either next round or the round after.
What was that going on at the top right there of the screen? Now, never mind, it's gone now. Some weird kind of camera glitch.
Well, it could have been. 00Nation. Now with a kind of unsure of Blue Jays' positioning. They sort of heard the first player towards top B. They heard some presence in short, so this could very well be a default from Blue Jays. But the reality is, all this util being deployed on B is a bit of a fake, whilst their sights have been set in mid, and with 00Nation sort of retaking B before the execution comes out, it's allowed Blue Jays to get that control in mid. It's allowed them to get up short, where they're going to be able to potentially catch Try by surprise.
I think Try might catch them by surprise.
Very, very true. They don't know the AWP's in position here.
Oh, jump peek. But it is the next to cross that feels the sting of Try's AWP. Oh my goodness, he is dirty. Send him to the hospital along with the corpses because this man's wrist is powderized.
He's so good, man. So Try so far has dropped 27 kills in both maps. We already know he's crazy good, but this is getting, like, disturbingly crazy good. We're at a stage now where 00Nation are going to continue what is being a dominant performance. Now, Overpass, they mounted a bit of a comeback. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough two-side rounds to make it attainable. But as we enter Dust 2, two-side rounds don't matter, really. It's a very evenly split map, meaning every round matters in what's the final round of this series.
And 00Nation looking to make it a quick one after the protracted pain that was Overpass. Akit stares over towards Cold Zero. Is there a word for a non-bullpup rifle, or is it just standard?
Just rifle.
Rifle.
It's either bullpup or it's not.
Okay. And Kixon is either breathing or they're not. And tonight, Kramer, they're not.
That's a shame. I think I preferred him when he was breathing. As
Not biased caster much.
I do apologise for the biased casting. As Blue Jays, they make their way up short here. Aid Kit, AWP in hand, has tried to duel. I'm actually going to go for a boost over this smoke. I really like this.
Ooh, spicy strats, but Try with a more reserved position is well guarded by their teammates here. It is protect President Try at the moment is the game plan. And there's been no real auspice from Blue Jays to try and control any of LOT. So at what point does 00Nation stop putting as much effort into this? Try takes down Aid Kit. I remain the top AWPer for Danny. That's the aim that had people raising their eyebrows, and Danny said, nah, mate, it's an Instagram diff. VSM unable to beat Sassanito with that inherited AWP. And Leo's got money here if they wish to continue dealing damage. But what they don't have is time.
About 20 seconds to kill 2 players, get to the site and defuse the bomb. And he's opts against it. Sassanito, solid round on his part actually to pick up the AWP, then beat Try with an AK at range, pick up the AWP, turn 180, and then finish off the remaining 2 players. Really strong round from Sassanito, accompanied by Danny, of course, who was actually the one to get that kill onto Try. And for Blue Jays, they put their first on the board. 00Nation, a dark day for them ahead because they can't bring out another AWP on Try, which means they're going to have to go rifles against the follow-up full buy.
I thought you crashed for a moment there.
For a moment, I thought I did as well. I lagged momentarily, and my heart sank.
Oh, man. Yeah, that just means the aid kit's going to have to keep this AWP close to the chest. I think we might have a little bit of a UI lag. There it is. Leo, oh my goodness. Not rewarded for their audacity. And that was the only rifle available for 00Nation. Not in a position to be picked up. I'm not sure if I like the rifles just going buck wild, to be honest, Kramer. I much prefer the Red Army style.
Very well could be. Cold Zero. Hiding by single door here. Hoping that Blue Jays will swing into him. I mean, all he needs is one player. Just pick up a weapon and just use it. Anything but pistols right now. Sacro will hear the almost distraction from VSM on shore. Any player with util as well in the form of this flash. Gets deployed. Doesn't get any control off the back of it. Sacro spots out Malbs. Gets that kill. Cold Zero unable to trade.
Lack of damage done as well. Sassanito, will they expect VSM in the corner? Oh, it's a flawless.
They don't
Not
expect
much game
it,
there.
but they react in time. 00Nation though, Harry. Guess what time it is? There it is.
It's try time, baby.
It's try time. A difficult position now for the members of Blue Jays who have a try to worry about. Luckily, they have a util advantage, and luckily they have a kind of rifle advantage with Mobs having to drop down to a FAMAS. It does give them that extra utility, though. Try a surprisingly passive position to hold long from. As Aid will be able to get out, they'll be able to get to pit. Uncontested for the time being. Try misses the initial shot. Aid now holds for him.
Oh. Nervousness, but Mobs, look at how deep they made it in.
That's the bomb.
Where was the zone control from the rifle player?
Oh, if he went through long doors there, he gets control of the bomb. Kixon, luckily, will be able to retrieve it, but VSM continues what was actually turning into a dominant round for 00Nation.
And they've also got access to a second AWP if they'd like it. VSM falls after getting that one kill, but now this area is known as being insecure. As once again, the smoke is solid. And it keeps Sassanito. Oh, it did keep them obfuscated, but Cold Zero just hedged their bets, and, well, they bet correctly. And you can too, with our partners over at Pinnacle. They're good. Sign up using code CUP22.
They're pretty good. They're definitely pretty good. For Kixon. Gets ready to go through mid doors here.
It's never going to stop being funny to me, and no one will understand.
Yep, I understand it though, Harry. As Kixon, he'll be able to retrieve a AK. Make sure as he does so. He'll be swinging it to Try here, which unfortunately is actually a missed shot. Uncharacteristic. Cold Zero is there though to pick up the pieces. As Kixon falls, 00Nation, they go 5-2 up.
Returning to prominence, but Blue Jays do have the money to buy back into this, including the AWP if they'd so desire. Our partners over at MSI, though, can make sure you look upon this glorious display in beautiful color, in curved vision, and at high frame rates with up to 360 hertz. That's a damn fast refresh rate, Kramer, and well, CSGO is one of the only games where you can make full use of that.
That it is. Leo deploys the odd bit of util through the tunnels here, hoping to potentially just deter Blue Jays. Whereas Blue Jays, their default is really tunnels heavy. There's always 2 or 3 players in this angle, which means long control can be hard to hold, particularly if AidKit misses his shots.
That was supposed to be an easy boy. Alas, it was not. Mobs. 9 and 3. I think Mobs was one of the few people who consistently performed on Overpass as well. Like, they were able to... Like, they weren't the most in terms of the number of kills, but the impact of the kills was so important. Almost led to a couple of anti-ecos. Or ecoed rounds, rather. Cold Zero bursts from the smoke. They transfer onto one of their own friends. I don't recognize you.
That's VSM from window going, no, Cold Zero, stop, please.
He's on our team. He's on our team.
I'm with you. That's an
no survivors.
No witnesses.
No, I'm supposed to kill the bus driver.
Does VSM now go to, like, does 00Nation have, like, a HR department?
Take it to tribunal.
Humbly request that the workplace harassment stops.
It was Leo who killed Try on Mirage, right?
Yeah, it was.
Can't trust these South American teams, man.
You get too much. Internal bickering leads to what looks like assassinations, actually.
Emotional gaming. Emotional gaming.
Blue Jays looking a little bit shaken, actually, thus far. These last couple of rounds, rounds which really should be won by the, at least, I guess it should be won, I mean, at least damaging 00Nation, but they're just not. The South American team really doing a good job at trading one another and keeping one another alive, either by utility damage or by just being able to outpeak each other.
They do prefer their CT side, the old Blue Jays, but for 00Nation, they are equally happy on either one. And once again, Blue Jays are just avoiding long like the plague, because they've only really made a concerted effort there once, and that was when AidKit had the AWP. And AidKit missed the AWP shots there, I believe twice in a row, actually. They did make 2 efforts there. One of them was for a really easy shot that should have been onto Malbs.
So now, Util being deployed unshot. This time, 00Nation actually a fairly passive hold. That being, it's try and that's it. And we've seen that Blue Jays have actually liked doing the run boost to just get out a shot, which means that Try's going to have 2 angles to worry about. The second he stops speaking one, they're just going to hold him for a peek.
When these smokes come on through, I want to see someone come in and back up Try. Because 00Nation, they haven't really had much trouble with long. 2 players here might be a slight overcommitment. Flash sent on through. But actually, it's all going through the undergrowth at the moment. VSM moves through one, tries to play counter flash. But it's actually just Leo helping out the enemy. AidKit's going to be able to get themselves a plant right here. And suddenly, it's 2 versus 3. Blue Jays have stolen this out from under 00Nation's nose. Admittedly, there is a good angle coming through here on the flank. Is expected by AidKit. But Try. Do they have a flash? No, they don't. The flashes are in the hands of Cold Zero. And the bomb begins to tick even further. About 20 seconds remain now. Out goes the flash. Dan turns away, realizes the players are going to come on through. Slays all who present themselves. AidKit elsewhere was able to take down Try. And how did Blue Jays manage that?
I really like how Blue Jays were able to exploit 00Nation's defense there. They realized that by playing kind of 2B site and 2 on long, that they have 1 guy to cover both short and mid. They fake the short dive, they instead go through CT, head straight over to B, and then just swarm the site. B, of course, the hardest site to retake in the game, frankly. B site does too. And for the Blue Jays, even though it's an eco, it's a hell of a retake required from any team to get back onto that site.
And at that point, all of the players who were alive had upgraded their weapons.
Yep,
Looted
exactly.
them from the corpses of their enemies, as I apply a chapstick. Take care of your lips, boys and girls.
Thanks for that advice, Harry.
You're welcome, man. All the better for kissing a homie on the mouth.
God bless. Yeah, okay.
Yeehaw!
The eagle in hand. Trying to at least shut down who they can. Smolly lands backside. VSM able to avoid it for now. As Blue Jays instead turn their attention to long.
This might be the first time, but they don't get absolutely routed at the bottom of long right here. Who would wait up at the top but try? Fantastic angle for an AWP, but VSM is the first one to strike. It's Danny who was there playing the distraction mob. So has a little bit of a gap in the smoke. Swings about, damage done. Try throws out an HE to cover themselves. Flashed as well. Utility being thrown readily, but Try, I think they might have flashed themselves right there. No, it was Sassanito who delivered the final flashing blow. Cold Zero says absolutely no to the plant. Not allowed. Unbelievable. Aid kit. Not just an AWPer. The M4A4 is just as good, and the Deagle simply cannot get its man. I would have liked to have seen that wait until VSM could play off the information. Now it's outdated, Kremer. Outdated info, but crispy aim. VSM. Could this be their clutch? It's close to it, but it's no cigar.
No, it's not. A hell of a round once again from Blue Jays, and it seems that Blue Jays are better the harder they rush. It's like the quicker they get to a site, the better off they are. And 00Nation, they seem to really struggle in retakes here. The 6 rounds they won, they came off the back of just eliminating Blue Jays before they got to a site. The second Blue Jays get to a bomb site, they've won.
That's the truth. The retakes from 00 very weak. Bulbs. The timing, lovely. Second, too much to ask, but that's okay. 1 for 1 with the USP. No dramas, mate. Big up to Malbs. 10 and 6 at the moment. Good performance thus far.
For now, Danny rotates through long here.
I like those Furia foils. They look pretty sexy on the AK.
It's a cool logo. VSM on site. He's going to realize pretty quickly that the attack's coming. The question is, can it really be stopped? Going without smokes as well allows Blue Jays to take the Angels. Also stops 00Nation from hiding in them. The long flank is just too late. It's too slow. And now 8-Kit, I mean, he's holding it. He knows exactly what's coming, how to stop it, and he does just that.
Doubles on down. Try with the swing. That's a bad miss, though. Allows Try. No upgrade. I believe that those AKs probably been juggled up on top of the dumpster. Well out of range. Danny sprays away, and while the pain might be there, the round is Blue Jays, who have somehow managed to find themselves on this T side in 00Nation. After their initial tyrannical hold, have managed to fall apart a little bit. And now our odds only slightly favor 00Nation. But to be honest, I think Blue Jays are now in a position to win the entire thing.
Yeah, absolutely are. 00Nation have they've looked a little bit disconnected actually in teamwork, and that sort of retake there, even though it was an eco, kind of harkened to that with some lower tunnels control being established. However, Danny, he's read it. Just sits outside tunnels, punishes anyone who'll push the T spawn. And for the South American side, they're making a fair bit of noise as well in this process. A few players jumping. And because of that, we're going to be seeing for Blue Jays at least, non-control to work with.
It's being watched, though. VSM and Danny. Important to win. VSM tries to play it speedily. And Leo on the refrag. But this keeps attention over here. 4 versus 2 is the real play. Blue Jays up against Try. And against Mobs. And Try's had themselves a little bit of a slower map right here. Hasn't had the chance to get too many AWPs out, nor have they been given the opportunity to get too many. Bought Try actually flashes off Mobs. It's amateur teamwork, Kremer. And this is where we really have our gripes with 00Nation. When it looks like they're winning because they got some crispy aim, but they're not playing as a team in CS. There are just 5 pretty good CS players.
Yeah, and this teamwork is really becoming a problem. Like, this lack of teamwork. And while Dust, bear in mind, the veto put like it favored that. All 3 maps I'm actually can win with aim. And that's why it's been so close. But now we enter Dust 2, the kind of map with a little bit more teamwork required than say on Mirage. It's where Blue Jays are taking the advantage. 6-6 the scoreline, and once again, 00Nation, they drop down to just a couple of pistols. They've just got a eco.
Blue Jays have beat Endpoint here. They beat Mad Lions here, 16-6. Entropiq were beaten here, admittedly back in 2021 by Blue Jays, right at the end of it, 16-3. And that was when Blue Jays really were becoming noticed as, like, maybe not some random mediocre team out of North Macedonia.
Absolutely right. Eco flash through the smoke. Try, he's good for 1. And on top of a try, he's really had a quiet game compared to his opening 2 maps. 6 kills in 12 rounds. If we were on Mirage, on Overpass, he's got like, what, 40 kills at this point? Maybe 50? Like, reality is, if Try is having a quiet game, who can step up on 00Nation to make up for that? Because right now, no one is.
Maybe Try ran out of batteries. In the first 2 games, over 50 kills. Cold Zero might all be crispy with the dig, but the glass in his eyes averts his aim. And Leo now wants to be the bird of prey, but cannot align the crosshair correctly. Aid Kits finishes that one, and Blue Jays have suddenly turned around a half that was looking disastrous for them, Kremer. And I'm still favouring Blue Jays to win this entire thing because they prefer their CT side.
Yeah, likewise. I'm really starting to worry because this kind of 5-round spree, potentially 6 from Blue Jays, these aren't close rounds. These are looking very, very convincing. Danny, on the jump spot here, realizes that Try probably has an AWP to wield, and so there's a world where Blue Jays just push him to shut it down, to take it out of the map.
And the thing is, when it comes to pistol rounds as well,
look how fast this is.
00Nation win like 88% of their pistol rounds on Dust 2.
Yeah.
40% for Blue Jays. So we've come to expect that 00Nation would get that round advantage. The speed of this. If they can get the bomb planted, this is going to be disaster because 00Nation, their retakes are absolutely terrible, but Try is the terror themselves. A quick flurry of kills from 00Nation put a stop to Blue Jays' reign of tyranny. And now we head over to our final round to determine who shall win the half.
Partners at Pinnacle now favouring Blue Jays by kind of the biggest gap we've seen this map. Remember, if you disagree or agree with us, you can head over to pinnacle.com/odds or pinnacle.com/welcome, where you can check out, well, the wonderful people over at Pinnacle. You can sign up with Cup 22 as well, just to show how good you are and how good Pinnacle are. Remember, it's only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18, only ever do so in a fun and safe environment, and for 00Nation now, wary of all the noise being made in mid.
Quite the racket. Keep it down, you kids. Trying to cast CS in here. The top of mid is being watched at the moment by VSM with that A4 in hand. An exchange of utility. And Try on a much more aggressive angle than previously they have populated. Usually they're waiting for the jump spot here. Perhaps Blue Jays will be unprepared for early contact. Try replaces for smoke. The Molotov going to be sent on over. Has to watch the bloom of the flames, and that's going to force him off the angle. Wants to be able to reset there, and so tries to hold players back with the incendiary.
Now Util continues to get expended. As Blue Jays take a moment to, at least for the time being, go for this rotation through short dive into CT. Spots out VSM. Necro able to trade in the B site. I mean, that'll be Blue Jays.
Sassanito flashed away. Some good teamwork finally from 00Nation. But Danny gonna plant the bomb on B, and we know how these go, Kremer. Would this be the first successful retake from 00Nation in the final round of their CT half?
Ashes Getting ready to be deployed through window here. As Danny just plays anti-flash for us, knowing an attack's coming.
Oh my goodness, Danny grabs one, now try all alone, not with their preferred weapon, but it doesn't matter in this case. The A4 is solid, aid kits run amok, but the time is not there. Try may be deadly, but time is even deadlier.
I like how before that bomb goes off, Try looks almost longingly at the AWP on the floor.
I want it.
Where are you,
There are
last
no
half?
pockets between the halves, Kremer.
I know pockets in in the grave at the moment. As Blue Jays, they lead 8-7, looking to continue a dominated, very, very dominant CT half. And I mean, sure, this scoreline is close, but 00Nation really have their rounds off the back of early momentum, not off the back of kind of anti-strats and on-the-fly reactionary plays as to how Blue Jays were playing.
All right. How fast can Blue Jays finish for this? Daddy wants some McNuggets. Remember, Blue Jays, heavily unfavored in pistol rounds donation. Oh, 00Nation, pardon me. With 88% of theirs, Blue Jays, less than 50. But that's kind of to be expected of a team that thrives so much off of crispy aim.
That's true. I mean, when it does come to aim, 00Nation certainly, in my opinion, at least beat Blue Jays. There's a teamwork which has shown us the true prowess of the North Macedonian side. Fast short plate, Sassanito sees it coming, the flashes look to buy a bit of time.
Oh my goodness. Spicy from Sassanito, remaining on the board. Dixon gets two for themselves, and Danny finishes it off. Blue Jays uncannily win a pistol round with the USPs, and these are the ones that 00Nation rely upon to be able to build up some momentum. Think back to Mirage, though. 3, 4, 5 rounds of their T side in a row. They like to start that momentum rolling on the pistol and then just be merciless. But now forced into a full eco crammer, this is going to allow Blue Jays, and barring some major malady, to hit double digits.
I mean, what a time. Like, what a time to win a pistol round when you're in your final map, your second pistol rounds, and then you find a way to beat the odds. Nade onto long there. VSM hit for 75 damage off the back of it. Blue Jays just looking to continue a domination here.
I'll take all the money in the world, please.
Dixon goes up to the local bank and says, yeah, I'll have it.
Just give me all the money you have.
Yeah, what's in the till? What, 5k? Yeah, go on, I'll take it. The odds now really starting to spiral for 00Nation as Blue Jays find themselves at almost a 4-1 advantage. And with the odds at
The
10-7.
Macedonian believers over at Pinnacle, who signed up using code CUP22, quite enamored with how rich they may be, Kramer.
Yes. VSM. Good for one. Definitely helps the opening here.
However, the Tracers followed and punished Kramer. A headshot through the smoke from Aid Kit.
He's hit low, though.
He is. He's bruised. He needs himself an Aid Kit.
Sassanito looking to accompany him. With
It's okay, I'll take you to the field hospital.
I don't think the field hospital's on the way to the front lines. Gold Zero. Makes a bit of noise here. Flash off the angle. What a flash there for Necro.
Punished, though, by Leo, grabbing two before Sassanito moves in with the punish. Now 2 versus 2, and it's a loud advance up through long. Try leads the way with the AK, not the favored weapon, but still just as deadly in the hands of a young Argentinian prodigy. Danny, here's the plant. Knows that the reinforcements can stay. Mobs actually just burns up the util damage. Too much for Mobs. And Blue Jays scupper and scuttle the 00Nation by.
That's the teamwork I've been wanting to see, Harry. That right there. Blue Jays, they're able to... They use the audio cue from the player in CT to deploy the util, so it will just 100 to 0 the bomb planter. Then, with that first death, they use that distraction to get the second player out through the smoke to take the 1 versus 1. It's just a 1-2 blow to 00Nation that they neither expect nor counter. as Blue Jays go 11-7 up.
Oh. That hurts for confidence. Barely even saw raid kit. Then adjusts for crosshair and loses their life. Sure, this is a D ground. But Kramer, it just means Blue Jays, if this goes their way, get ever closer to that win in the Swiss. This is by no means the end of the world if you lose the series. But it can hurt the bravado.
I do love it when teammates juggle utility like that. Assassinito, he'll have that extra smoke. Short control now going to be even easier to hold. Perfect flash, actually. A wonderful flash. It's just not enough. It's just not enough, Harry.
Too little, too late when it comes to the teamwork still. These aren't the ideal weapons for it. VSM, the only member surviving, does have a bomb in hand. Would love to get a plant, but two players are in the way to try and stop this here. Both of them may well be headshot. VSM is crispy when it comes to the deagle aim. Might well have further jump here as well from Danny. They were either going to die to the HE or they were going to die to the headshot. In the end, death comes for us all the same, Kremer.
00NATION, this is a complete repeat of how Overpass looks. They're yet to get around on their T side. Yet to get around on their T side. And with that...
Does the T side maybe require more teamwork, Kremer?
You know what, Harry? I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say, probably. Probably.
That's a very definitive answer from a very confident man.
Yeah, I mean, aim only gets you so far. It really does only get you so far. And right now, Blue Jays, they've sort of mirrored that, because Assassinito, sure, he's doing pretty well in terms of kill count, but the reason he's not died and the reason he's not been traded is because of having that teamwork, that safety net of having other players to support him. The 00NATION go for mid control. They've already got one player just making a bit of presence on B just to prevent the rotation through mid. But Aid Kit, well, you destroy the lurker, and that fake on B's sort of gone.
Thirsty for blood, hungry for nuggets. This is a man who wants to finish this series quickly. But try. Traded out by Assassinito. It's that teamwork again. And the attempt to either rescue the AWP or reinforce the position from Mobs is punished. VSM and Cold Zero now. They have their lurks, they have their land grabs. All of Long has at least been captured here. But you're fighting against Aid Kit at a range where the AWP is very much preferred. The backstab from Cold Zero will be a freebie. But that is going to betray their location. And they are surrounded from the high ground on all sides, stuck in a gorge. And Kixon has been able to retrieve Try's AWP.
Blue Jays, they sit 13-7 in the lead now. Our partners at Pinnacle, dare I say, Harry,
Goodness.
they're losing hope.
That's a pretty based odds.
Those
Based
I
in
mean,
North Macedonia build.
They're based on the fact that 00NATION can't play as a team. These 00NATION, I mean, they got that Galil on try. I guess there's AKs, I guess there's utility, but it doesn't matter if you can't get the teamwork behind it. They're geared up for an execution to be. So they haven't tried yet, so hopefully this will be that turning point. But for Danny and Necrogenesis, they already have a bait and switch primed and ready.
Just a Danny Instagram death. Nothing to be done, Kremer. Molotov in hand, already the damage done. Just spray away, Danny Slay!
No.
00NATION. They bought to the bottom of the barrel to try and rescue something in this series. Danny's feeling confident, Danny's feeling brave, Danny's feeling pretty today. And that's 14 for Blue Jays, resetting the economy of 00NATION as they near match point.
Even when they are hunting the final player, they are pop flashing each other. We need to stop looking at how bad 00NATION's teamwork is and start looking at how good Blue Jays is. Right now, we are seeing some solid rounds on their part, and credit where credit is due to both Assassinito and Necrogenesis there, who's able to go and prime those flashes despite being the man who probably would have been primary point of contact there. Mollies to Blue mean that Malves has to expend his smoke and reveal his position to survive a bit longer, while the rest of the team move up through shorts.
Oh, even with the drop, it can't be done.
Oh!
Aid kit simply built different. Leo and Cold Zero, still with the Eagles in hand. Anything is possible. Bright eyes, full hearts, can't lose. But in this case, the loss may well be inexorable. Just as the design was foretold, Blue Jays, they look to complete the plan.
They're just good, Harry. They're just good.
I like how little Scooter in the chat is here on the quest for McNuggets. I appreciate it.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one, Harry.
I got a Discord DM informing me that there are indeed those who vibe with the Nuggets.
00Nation. Now with a once again an attempt at taking long here, but Blue Jays have shown such a dominant hold. Essentially the last round of this game, and it opens with a hell of a nade.
Oh my, Kixon. Only able to get one, but Sassanito picks up the other pair. This could be the end of our series right here. And not a bang, Kremer. Not an explosion, not no thermonuclear blast. But a whimper from South America on Dust 2. The bomb is out of sorts. Cold Zero is out of blood, out of HP, out of life. And Leo is out of friends.
1 versus 4, Harry. 00Nation unable to get 1 round on their T side of Dust 2. A dominant performance from Blue Jays, and they show that you do not need the superior aim to win. You need superior teamwork and a familiarity with the map that just looked unrivaled.
Unfortunately, Try's batteries were consumed in the first 2 maps, where I believe they ended up getting at least 54 kills, maybe 56 across the first 2, but just ran out of energy. And no one else on 00Nation was able to pick up the buck where it was dropped. However, this is only the first round of our Swiss. We have potentially 5 rounds to get through for each of these teams. But Blue Jays, early on, they are setting themselves up to be a force to be reckoned with. They are going to be going up against some of the more fearsome teams that we have, like Copenhagen Flames, etc. But if they keep working like this, things could work out incredibly well for them, Kremer. Here's a quick look at where our winners and our losers lie at the moment. Finest, Blue Jays, Endpoint, and Copenhagen Flames stand on top at the end of our first day.
Absolutely right. A solid performance from all of those teams. Tomorrow, though, the games we have on hand, starting at 10 o'clock CET, we have Skade taking on Kova, Game Elysian taking on For Glory, Mouse NXT taking on Into the Breach, and Anonymo versus Tricks. And announced earlier today, Smooya will be playing for Into the Breach. That is going to be a hell of a game. That 4 o'clock match tomorrow, 4 o'clock European time, Mouse NXT versus a new Into the Breach. You guys do not want to miss that. However, that is all for today. I've been your Castle Kremer 3. I've enjoyed by the wonderful leg day. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.